How is everyone doing? I just arrived. It is not too warm, not too cold. It's a little bit cold, I'll admit it. There are, however, a lot of people on the street, which means we might have a lot of conversations. Oh, Marcos, already. I'm going on a small walk in my home island. I, in case I missed the live, this is a hello vegan activist and a big thank you. My soul is with you. Marcos, I really appreciated what you're doing. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Sure. How long would it take?
I don't know, not long. A couple of minutes,
Okay.
5-10 minutes. Are you
Sure.
okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Can you come a little bit
I can
closer?
only speak English, by the way.
That's okay. English is
Okay.
what we're going for. What's your name?
My name is David.
David. Where are you from, David?
I'm from the United States.
I'm Chip. Where from in the U.S.?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Nice, nice. Okay, let me ask you this then, David. Should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless?
I do not think so.
No.
Yeah.
What if they benefit from it?
I mean, what is should in your opinion?
Well, should as in according to your values,
According to my
should they be
values?
allowed to oppress somebody?
I don't think so.
No,
I mean,
okay.
I don't think it's right to oppress anybody.
Even if they benefit from it, and by they I do mean the powerful.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What if they're physically superior or intellectually superior? Does that make oppression okay?
I don't think so either. I mean, oppression in itself is wrong, I think.
Okay. What if they've been doing it for so long that it's became a habit or a tradition to them? Does that make oppression okay?
No, I feel like I know where you're getting at. Where I think it reflects current society a lot. Oppression is, a thing that has.
What is oppression in your in your definition, by the way, just to be clear?
That's a good question. Oppression, in my definition, I would say um, taking advantage of, someone that's taking advantage of another group in a way that's
And not just group, like it can be individual to individual.
right, individual
right?
to individual,
Yeah.
or it could be group to another group.
Yeah, yeah.
Individual to group, any
Yeah, yeah.
any sort of relationship that is unfair or skewed to one end,
Yeah.
or one side is benefiting and the other side is not benefiting.
Yeah, it's like so the definition is cruel or unjust treatment or
Right.
exercise of authority.
Yeah.
It's in an essence it means like if you have power over somebody and you abuse your power over them.
Yeah.
But you nailed it. You said it correctly. Nice. Okay, so we've established that there's nothing that the powerful, there's no condition that the powerful, whether they're intellectually superior, physically superior, or if they've been doing it for a long time, it's oppressing, it's still wrong. What if the oppressed, the individuals who are being oppressed don't realize that they're oppressed? Like maybe they're intellectually challenged or something. Does that
Yeah.
make it okay to oppress them?
I mean, from the oppressed perspective, obviously they don't realize they're being oppressed, so they don't know if anything is being wrong because they don't know of the thing
Yeah.
occurring. But obviously, from an outside perspective, oppression is still wrong.
Okay.
But being the oppressed, obviously, that's one of the worst scenarios you can be in.
Yeah.
And that's when I think society, we should be helping the oppressed to, if they're not aware that they're being oppressed, to help the oppressed to overcome,
Okay.
the unfairness that they're going through.
Do you think we should be discriminating whether somebody should be oppressed or not based on characteristics coming from their DNA, like phenotypes?
Oh, that's a wow. That's a big question you have for me.
Yeah.
I have to answer this question. I have to leave because I have to. Van Gogh Museum is in 5 minutes.
But let me ask you this, because the
Okay.
reason why I asked this question is, do
Okay.
you think we're oppressing animals?
Oh, that's a good question. Oppressing animals.
When we buy animal products, food, for clothing, for entertainment, do you think we're
Yeah.
oppressing them?
Well, I think so. I mean,
We have other choices. and
right.
we're
That's
choosing to
true.
do
Yeah, I
so,
mean, by
right?
definition, yeah, I think we are.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
are, right?
So, do you think you can maintain your stance of being against oppression while simultaneously buying animal products and thus
Yeah.
supporting oppression?
Oh, I mean, oppression is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Morally, it's wrong, but I actually learned of this recently. This story that Dutch used to have, the wizard and the prophet.
Yeah.
Actually, I forget how exactly that relates to
Yeah.
this, but I mean, you can say, right, human nature, everyone wants to consume, everyone wants to benefit as much as possible. So obviously, it's a wrong thing to do.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to do this.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to.
But their wants shouldn't matter, right? Like we should also consider the oppressed.
Right.
individuals,
Exactly. Right. That's that binary that you're always thinking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I do eat meat. I'm sorry. You know, I
So
don't.
why
I
not?
don't eat
You don't
meat.
have to apologize to me. You have to apologize to the animals.
Right,
you
I have to
know?
apologize to the
The
animals, yeah.
Yeah. So why not stop if you know that it's wrong?
Um, I mean, to be honest, it's a really big part of my culture personally. Just the way I was growing up. My parents ate meat. They cooked meat for me. That's kind of biggest part of the reason. I stopped eating beef a couple years ago because of environmental reasons also.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I mean,
culturally, you can still maintain your culture in the sense of having the same dishes but
that's
plant-based,
true.
right?
I
You can
could.
adapt them.
I could.
You don't
That's
need
true.
an animal doesn't have to be exploited or slaughtered for you
Yeah.
in order to maintain your culture, right?
That's true. That's true.
Because I would imagine that if it were cultural for somebody to oppress you, you wouldn't want them to do so, right?
That's true. That's
So
true.
culture isn't necessarily how should I put it, a good enough justification to oppress
That's true.
somebody.
That's true.
right?
That's a good point. Also, yeah. You make a good point. I'm sorry. I do have to go. I
I
really
get it,
enjoyed
I
this
get it, no
conversation.
worries.
though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
Let me just give you a card real quick, and
Sure, yeah.
just to get a little bit more informed because we didn't have the chance to talk.
Okay.
Just watch either Dominion or the most important speech you'll ever hear. You
Okay,
promise me you
okay.
watch one of these two?
I don't know, but thank you.
You
I'll
just
check.
have to scan this QR code
Okay.
when they appear there, okay?
All right. Awesome. So much. Thank
Okay.
you so much for your time.
Cheers. Have a good one. Sometimes that's what it is. We gotta do it fast. Yeah, if I had known that he was short on time, I guess when people ask how long is it gonna take, I should infer from that they don't have a lot of time. Lesson learned, huh? Hello, Goblin. Hello, Marcos. Martin, nice to see you here. Whew. Hello, Erwin. Hey, VPM. Nice to see you here. A lot of awesome people in this chat today. I love it. Whew. Let's see if we get some conversations going. Hey, Ruben is here. Hey, Ruben. I'm trying to spread the one who walks away from Omela's short story lately. Oh, that's pretty cool. Looks cold out there, says VPM. I mean, I don't know. It's, after I had my lunch, it all went to downhill from there. Hi. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Can you come closer so that you're in view then?
Sorry?
Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view?
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Mariah.
Mariah, nice to meet you. How about you?
Hello, I'm Henrik.
Henrik, nice to meet you. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Sweden.
Dutch, Netherlands.
Oh, okay, nice, love it. So let me ask you. I mean, it's in an essence implied, but I'll just ask you: Is it wrong to harm a 3-year-old child?
Yeah.
Intentionally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, not accidentally, intentionally.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's innocent, cannot fight for itself, cannot explain anything. I don't know.
It's a human being, no?
Okay. What if they're intellectually challenged and they'll remain at that age for their whole life?
Still no.
Still
It's
no.
the same, no?
So in an essence, they still don't have all the traits that a human being would have, like higher intelligence or stuff like that. That's what I mean.
I don't see why.
I mean, they still have human traits, but
Yeah, like.
it's wrong to inflict harm on anyone. Yeah.
What about exploiting them? Would it be okay to exploit them?
In what way?
I don't know. Use them for free labor or something. I don't know.
For what?
For free labor?
No.
No.
Where are you heading with these questions? I'm
Okay,
interested.
so the reason I'll pose this, I'll go on. Just let me just finish, and I'll explain at the end.
Sure.
So it's wrong to exploit them. It's wrong to use them. What about if they don't realize that any of this is happening to them?
Still no.
Still no? Still no. Okay. And what if I, who wants to do this to a 3-year-old child, let's say I've been doing it for so long that it's a tradition, it's part of my habit, my family does it every year or something?
No.
No? Still wrong? Okay. And if you were to find out that I'm participating in it, or anybody who finds out that without knowing they're doing something similar, they have an obligation to change, right? As in to not...
They should be educated, yes.
Yeah, okay, so what if this 3-year-old, and here comes the kicker, is not human?
But a
an animal, let's say, would it be okay to exploit them?
I don't know. No. But I think it's different. I don't know. I think if we talk a lot about like human traits and you make it not a human, then I don't know what kind of traits you're talking about. So it'd be
Let's
very
say it's a
specific.
dog. Would it be okay to exploit a dog?
How do you exploit the dog?
You can forcefully impregnate them and then use them when they produce milk to make milk and cheese. Would that be okay?
I don't know. I find it hard actually. I don't know.
So there's a side of you that says that this could be moral, that could potentially be moral, like forcefully inseminating a dog so that you can
Have baby.
get milk from them.
I think it's very about like bigger things as well. Like, are we okay then with? I think a lot of things. I don't know. I find it hard.
What is it that you find hard? Is it that you find hard because then you already have correlated with what we do to cows, and then you probably acknowledge that you are supporting this, and you kind of find it wrong that we're doing that?
Maybe, but I think it's also like morals is such like a big thing that I find it hard to like come to a specific answer. To
Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
that I find it very hard to get like a specific answer to this because I think morals are very changing. Ethnic, like it's very.
Well, what are your values? Not, I don't know, society or something.
I think like honest, fair. Yeah, those.
So, honesty and fairness. Is it honest or fair towards that innocent animal to exploit them if you don't need to do it? But you do it because you get money or pleasure, like taste pleasure or whatever?
No, but I think I don't know. I don't know. It's a good thing to think about. Thank you. Give
So-
it food for thought.
So if it's wrong to do this to dogs, it's wrong to do this to cows, right, and all the other animals because they are innocent in that sense. And you seem to have, it seemed to be extremely clear that it's wrong to do to humans, but somehow maybe not so much to animals, although we are also animals. But what is it that's the difference that you think would justify a different view?
I'm not in the mood for this, to be honest.
Say it again.
Can we just
Yeah,
leave?
we can go. Thank you so much.
You can
Wait,
leave, but
gave
you,
us
ha-
food for thought.
you should. It's not just food for thought. You know, when you will buy an animal product, you will be oppressing an innocent animal. So,
Thanks for.
do you want to continue doing that, or do you want
I
to stop?
eat mostly vegan. So
Oh, you eat mostly vegan, but on the off chance when you do
Yeah.
not eat vegan, you're still gonna be doing that
I
to an
know,
innocent
I know.
animal,
Thank you
okay?
so much.
So please choose otherwise,
Yes.
okay?
Have a great day.
You too. The boyfriend was really ticked off about all of it. Like she was like, "Hi, you wanna try a social experiment? Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
Okay, you guys can come closer. Where are you guys from?
We are from France.
From France.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay.
French too.
Okay, so let me ask you, how do you guys feel about animals?
We like them, I think.
Yes.
Love them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we love animals. Yeah.
Do you think it's okay to exploit animals?
Sorry?
Do you think it's okay to exploit animals?
No, I think no.
No. No. So, what if you get some form of benefit from it? What do you perceive some form of benefit from it?
Like eating. for
Like
example.
eating, yeah.
Yes. It's depend on the condition of exploitation, I think.
So then exploitation is okay.
No. Okay. Sometimes.
Sometimes the exploitation is okay.
Ok, est-ce que je passe par un monstre?
Vraiment.
I'm not trying to get you. There's no gotcha, you know, like here. Like, is the exploitation okay or not?
I don't think place like where they kill pig, like very small place, or chicken or something like this. Not good
I think
things.
it's okay if it's.
But when you have a big field with a lot of chicken, a lot of space, it's okay. Yes.
So exploiting them, killing them as
No.
children is all okay.
Not. Okay. Yes.
I think it's only okay if it's responding to a need and if it's part of a natural cycle and it's responding to humanity. For example,
What if it's
Uh,
not a need?
if it's not a need, then it's complicated. For example, I feel kind of weird about zoos because I don't think that humans need to go at zoos. But I don't know, a guy who is lost on an island, obviously if he had to kill an animal to survive, he will do it, and I
But that's a
think
need,
it's-
right?
Yeah, that's a need, of course.
But in the absence of a need, when we can go to a supermarket and choose something else, can we really justify exploiting animals?
No, I'm right. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't, like, when there's no need for it, we, whatever reason we have behind it, like, I don't know, culture, tradition, or taste pleasure that we get from it, none of them are actually justified into doing this to an innocent animal, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
So then,
That's right.
and I'm not here to judge. As far as I understand, you guys consume animal products, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then, if you realize that there is no need for it, that you can thrive on a plant-based diet, don't you think that then, in order to stay true to your own values, that you should go vegan and not?
Yeah, of course. I ask the question to myself sometimes, but you know, it's that could be hard because it's really a big change in life. You know, it's a big decision, and you have to be sure of it. But, yeah,
Why is it a big decision?
I think it affects a lot of parts of your life. It's not just what you eat; it's also how you see yourself in society, of how you will, you know, it can change your how you feel, how people feel about you. You know, some people can feel weird about you, I think.
Oh, who cares about that? All right.
No, I don't care, but
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, like, if my friends are people who beat up women, and I all of a sudden stop beating up women, and they feel weird about me, then I'm like, maybe you guys should feel weird about what you're doing,
that's a
not
good
feel
example,
weird
yeah.
about me, right?
Yeah.
Like, because at the end of the day, this is an injustice towards animals, and if we just say, well, everybody's doing it, or I'm gonna continue doing it because my friends want me to continue doing it or something, then it's, I don't know. Like, according to my values, say that if it's wrong to do something, I won't do it regardless of what my friends say, right?
yeah, yeah, that's,
Yeah. So I understand that there may be some difficulty in changing because there's a lot to learn about it, I guess, on how to do it. But do you think that it's important that you do that as soon as possible?
yeah, and it's not on top of the ethic thing. That is also the ecological question that I think it's very important. So, no, of course.
But
it's important
ecologically,
to-
obviously, being vegan is better for the planet, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, right. Of course.
so yeah. So how do you guys feel? How do you guys feel about this?
I'm sorry, I'm a kid in English,
Yeah.
so it's a bit difficult to me to understand what are you
Okay.
saying.
Okay. How about you? You seem to be.
About vegans,
Yeah.
I
About
think
you being vegan.
I don't see a problem. Probably in 10 years, 5 years, maybe because of the climatic change, animal exploitation. Yes, it could be, yes.
Yeah. So there was a number calculated that it's a person going vegan can save up to 100 animals per year. So if you wait for 5 years until you go vegan, that means 500 animals will be killed for you.
Yes, but I have already 19.
Yeah. So already almost 2,000 animals were killed.
I'm a big genocider.
Yeah.
Yes,
But if you were in their shoes, would you? Yeah. If you were in the position of an animal where somebody has power over you and they can kill you because they get some form of pleasure from it, would that be okay for them to do so to you?
if they got pleasure or no, I don't think people will kill an animal like this.
Well, you don't really do it for, like, if you pay for this, why do you choose animal products? Because you get taste pleasure from it, right?
From food. Yes, because that's the only things you can eat, like here, for example, or
No, it's full of vegan products also here. Okay. Yeah. You have plenty of alternatives, right? So you can choose otherwise even now. But, like, I'm just trying to understand, because if it were dogs, for example,
yes,
would you change?
yes.
If the only animal products you found was coming from exploited and killed dogs.
Yes, probably.
Yeah. So why is it that you think cows don't deserve the same consideration?
We are the society around, but I think people find the dog and the cat cuter than a cow, and the cow is show less affection against a human.
No, they're exactly the same from their perspective. In fact, a lot of the farmers, they cry when they're sending their cows to the slaughterhouse. They literally say don't get attached to them because they would get attached to them.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. But like
Chicken too.
chickens too, yeah. Like, but the question is like, do you think that from their perspective it matters? Because you know, a dog was born a dog, and then you say, well, they should be treated nicely. But if an animal is born a chicken or a cow, then you say, well, forcefully impregnate them, exploit them, do whatever you can so that you get some products out of it, huh? Is it fair towards them?
No, it's
No.
unfair.
No. Yeah. How about you? How do you feel?
I think it's really complicated. The question about vegans is really complicated. Vegan by myself, I don't know if I could be a vegan. It's cultural. It's a cultural thing. That
You guys are for it already, right? All of you think it's wrong to do this to animals. Why don't you all four go vegan together? You're all
we're
friends,
cool,
right?
We're cool. Lash.
Because we don't have the balls to change.
You don't have the balls to change.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it, but
It's easy to stay in our
Yes.
comfort. And
Yeah.
we choose
Let's see.
business.
I think as a student, we have
Yeah.
also other problem than this one. But I know it's a really big problem in society or in the world in general. But I think in student we have also other problem or personal problem or problem
Yeah.
from I don't know outside,
Because
and it's maybe I don't know.
No, I get what you mean, but like, you know, being vegan isn't an action thing. It's a non-action thing. It's literally choosing something else. It's
but
but
because you,
beginnings-
sometimes ethic and ecological food are more expensive than, you know,
Sometimes.
sometimes, yeah,
the
not
cheaper
always, yeah.
food are full of chemical elements and you know to find good elements that don't destroy the planet, don't destroy the ecosystems and whatever, it's often more expensive. So at our ages,
Well, all animal
it's-
products are
it's difficult.
monumentally worse for the environment than absolutely any plant-based product you could buy.
Yeah, of course. That's
So,
why.
so regardless, like I would say, let's put it this way: if you have the resources and all of this would be already ready for you, that you can choose some. You just have to choose something else. Let's put it this way: you guys are going to go to a restaurant, right? You don't live here in Netherlands, so you're going to go to a restaurant. When you skim through the menu, you're going to be seeing a plant-based option. Why not choose that?
Sometimes I choose that.
But
actually.
why not always choose that? Why only sometimes? Why is it that sometimes animals have to go into slaughterhouses because sometimes you feel that you want to choose differently?
I don't. It's not full of sense, of course. I
Yeah.
think it's we are just used to it. You know,
Yeah.
we eat meat since we are just little children. So yeah, we are used to it.
But you also seem, I love the honesty, as you said it, that you don't have the courage to do it or something. I love this honesty, but like, I don't know, it just, you don't see what happens to these animals. That's the reality, right? Like we go into a supermarket, we go to a restaurant, we point a finger, we get this meal, and we don't even think that there was an individual in
And to be
between all of
honest,
this.
I
Yeah.
think that we prefer to not see them because
Yeah.
if we had to kill the animals each time we want to eat meat, I think that there will
Yeah.
be more vegans than
Exactly.
naturally, of course.
Yeah, but that's also the thing, you know. Just because we don't see it, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right? So,
Of course.
and you can use your imagination, like cutting the throat of an innocent animal for a meal that you forget about. Like, if you were to think about any of the meals you had 2 or 3 weeks ago, you already probably have forgotten a lot of them, right? Whereas they lost their whole life for you for that thing, you know. So. It's just how many more animals should go through this process for you? Like, do you want it to be zero or do you want it to be more than zero?
Of course, you're right.
Yeah.
Of course, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, so well, let's do this because I don't want to force you guys into anything, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. And I don't get a lot of young kids who are also open-minded. It's awesome to see. I'll just give you one card. Can you share it amongst each other?
Okay.
Yeah, so one thing there I urge you to watch, it's either the Minion or the most important speech you'll ever hear. Just look at what it is that you're paying for. Get informed, because it might be worse than you think, and it might not be something you actually want to be part of. And you know, I'm 37, and I can tell you that I regret not going vegan earlier. So don't just wait, because if you wait, like I did the same thing as you guys, and I waited until at some point I just couldn't no longer justify it in my head. But now I regret not doing it earlier. You know.
Okay.
Okay. You gonna promise me you watch one of these 2 videos?
Yeah,
Okay, and
very.
share it with each other. Okay.
It was very interesting. Thank you. Really.
Okay.
Appreciate
Well,
that.
have a good day, and
Yeah,
uh,
you too.
You too.
Especially if you're in Amsterdam, choose the plant-based option. It's easier, okay? Okay. Thank you. Cheers, guys. The discussion wasn't really going anywhere, I felt so. But I did give them some resources, and they did seem like nice kids. I don't know what to say. Vegan for kindness. Wait, vegan for kindness? Oh my god. I haven't seen you in so long. What's going on, man? My brain was just like, wait, what? Cam? Is that you, Cam? Hello, Cam. It's been so long, man. Wow, it's been so long since I've seen you. I'm happy to see you back. This was the best discussion I have seen with a group. Okay, interesting. I thought it was just okay, just mediocre. I didn't think it was that good, but you know, I guess it does. You gotta ask yourself how you judge a discussion, right? Yeah, it's interesting. Huh? Cameron is here. That's interesting. And FYI, everybody, Henry Zoom comes to almost every stream, and every time is just looking for reasons to continue exploiting animals. So you don't have to give that person your full attention. I'm just saying. It's pretty clear that Henry Zoom is not interested in discourse, but rather just wanting to come up with excuses. And Henry Zoom, you are free to contact me and debate me. It's no problem. You can find me on Instagram. You have all the links in the description of this video. So yeah. No, Henry Zoom, I'm not disregarding any issues. You've been here for a while. You always come up with the same excuses. The discourse never actually ends up anywhere. So let's do this. Contact me. Let's do it live. I'll debate you live. I have no problem. And that's it. We're done. No more of this. You type one small thing, then I have to answer, then you answer to somebody else. It's just counterproductive. We're not getting anywhere. And everybody's just spending their energy with you, and all you want is to literally drain them of energy and come up with excuses, because that's what you do. So yeah, I'm not playing a victim. I'm not a victim at all. I'm just saying what you're doing. None of us are victims. This is what you're doing, and this is what I'm asking. I'm asking of everybody there, if you are chatting with Henry Zoom, be careful, because they are not interested in discourse. They are not interested in having a proper conversation. Henry Zoom is just interested in coming up with excuses, okay? So if you want to spend your time with them, I can't stop you. I'm just letting you know. And Henry Zoom, if you want to have a debate with me, please contact me on my Instagram. That's it. It's pretty easy. You guys want to try? I just ask you some questions, that's it. Hey, I wonder how many of you are actually, if you're not vegan and you're in the chat, how much are you actually interested in having conversations? Are you interested in...
I will
hey,
come talk to you.
you
Hi.
come talk to me? Nice.
I'm a very talkative person.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yes, hi, YouTube channel.
What's your name?
Alex Smith, Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Nice to
Where
meet
are you
you.
from?
I'm from Canada, east coast of Canada.
Oh, love it, Canada. Okay.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Romania, but I live here in the Netherlands. Can you come here so that you
Yeah, of
interview?
course, of course,
Nice.
of course.
I love it, Alex Smith. Okay, so Alex, okay, you're from Canada. Let me ask you this then: should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless?
Of course not, but I think not the right, but they certainly have the power to.
They certainly have the power, but not the right, right?
Yeah.
What if they're physically superior or intellectually superior? Should that mean that they should have the right to oppress somebody else?
Almost less so. If they're physically superior, certainly they should. I think they probably should have less
Yeah.
power to suppress.
Okay.
But or oppress.
Okay.
But
oppressed,
intellectually
yeah.
superior, yeah, that's also yeah. Who has the right to claim that, and based on what metrics, and what is intelligence?
Fair enough. That's a good. I
Yeah.
like that. I don't know. I just put an IQ test and I assumed based on that.
Yeah.
But you're right. There's no clear measurement of intelligence anyway.
So you're doing a project here. What is this about?
Oh, as if you go through these questions, you'll understand at the end what it is exactly about.
Okay, okay.
So what if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
Hmm.
Would that make oppressing them okay?
No.
No. Okay. Okay, I appreciate that. And what if the powerful are a different? I don't know. Genetically, they're very different from the powerless. Would oppressing them be okay?
No.
So we shouldn't discriminate based on phenotypes, whether to discriminate on somebody's or not. Right?
Phenotypes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what that word means, but
So it's like observable characteristics coming from their DNA or
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
environment, something like that.
no, I wouldn't say so. No.
No. Okay. So then let me ask you: do you think that we should be oppressing animals?
No, I don't think so.
No. But do you think that we are oppressing animals?
Yes,
Yeah.
and treating them very differently than we treat each other. Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly. So when it comes to consuming animal products for food, for clothing, for entertainment, all of this kind of stuff, I'm not here to judge. I used to be part of it too, right? Do you consume any of these products?
I do, yeah.
Do you think that then there's a contradiction with your stance being that you're against oppression while at the same time you are directly paying for oppression?
Yeah, I do. I definitely feel a moral quandary about that, and I
Yeah.
have been vegetarian for a number of years in my life, and
Yeah.
I'm not currently, but probably should be again.
Well, you should be
And,
vegan because vegetarians still oppress animals, right? They're still exploiting cows for their milk. The cows are still forcefully impregnated. to
Eggs
get-
for their
for their eggs and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
yeah.
Like, would you say is there any ethical way to farm animals?
Oof, yeah, it depends on the definition of farm, but I think I have less ethical quandaries about, for example, hunting. Even though it is almost an unfair fight.
Yeah.
But
Because we still use the tools that somebody else built, and
Yeah,
it's an unfair advantage at the end.
but
of the day, right?
also like I think the animals have lived a much better life when they've lived wild than when they've
Fair enough, yeah.
lived in some artificial environment that we've created for them.
But given the context that we do not need to either hunt or farm them for any of the products,
Yeah.
doesn't that make hunting or farming them still cruel?
Yeah, I think it
unfair.
does. I would say the only reason why, like, also the environmental aspect for me is big in eating meat, and that's really one of the big reasons why I initially did it. But I agree with the ethical argument also.
Yeah.
So really, what I'm saying is I don't live up to my own values.
Yeah, but let me tell you this, right? If I say that I respect
Yeah.
women
Yeah.
and I go around beating women, does it matter that I say that I respect women?
No, it
No.
doesn't.
So my
No.
even if I convince myself of my values
Yeah,
or of
yeah,
anything,
yeah.
essentially my actions speak for myself, for my
Yeah,
values,
I
right?
agree, I
So
agree.
then bringing it back to you, then it means that your actions are actually more important than what your values are or what you say you are,
Yeah,
right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So what is holding you back from going vegan right now, from saying no more?
I would say stress and
Stress.
distraction
Yeah.
by so many other causes or things I feel I need to or should do
Yeah.
that I get overwhelmed by all of them and then default back to what I'm used to.
I
I would
see what you
say
mean,
that's
yeah.
my honest answer.
Yeah, I see what you mean. You've got this like compassion overload for whatever, and you want to do what's best.
And
but
information overload
Yeah,
and work overload and everything feels like too much. So I just drop all of that and just try to be as good a person as I can without thinking too much or making myself feel too bad for just doing the default. So I almost don't have energy to break out of the mainstream in that way.
I get that, but let me put it this way: there is this one thing you can do, which might help you with everything that you do to be the most moral, and that is going vegan. And I know it sounds controversial a little bit because it doesn't really solve all the world issues, of course.
No.
But you know, being vegan is not a diet. It's a moral position of saying no to animal exploitation, right? So when you become vegan, it's obviously an adjustment period for food, for example, right? Because food is such a big part of our life. We do it 3 times per day. We make this choice. So we just have to make different choices for a little bit of time, and then at some point those choices become our natural habit, and we already do that, right? But the way I see it is, it's not just a position of rejecting animal exploitation, but rather a position of acknowledging that animals are individuals and they deserve moral consideration, much like we do. So when we do this thing where we our actions say, well, I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit of my time now so that I no longer exploit any animals, you're basically creating a better world for everybody, including the society, the way I see it, because you're putting out there this energy of everybody deserves to live, everybody deserves to be free. And of course you're not gonna be standing up for any other, you're not gonna be for any other injustice when you're no longer oppressing animals, you see what I mean? So it's like, I feel like if this is your baseline, then everything else just falls into place. At least that's what happened to me, because I know how you feel.
Because I would say, you know, speaking of moral ethics, there's some people waiting for me here, and
Yeah,
I shouldn't
yeah,
make
yeah,
them
yeah, I
delay.
appreciate
And
you,
a little baby.
Yeah.
But I will, because of our conversation, rethink what I'm consuming. I make myself feel good about eating less meat than those around me.
It's obviously better, of course.
But I will reconsider and think about this discussion.
Think about it this way, like,
We're about to get.
oh yeah. So how many more animals should be exploited before you make a change?
Yeah, good question.
How many do you want?
10.
10? No, come on.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah. So the reason why I pose this question, this final question, is because I want people to consider the fact that behind every choice we make, there is a consequence, right? And to those victims, it doesn't really matter that we make it rarer or every once in a while, but rather that we do it at one time, you know?
Thank you for doing what you do. Very nice to meet you.
Let me just give a real quick. If you scan this QR code, there's a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist and send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan for free. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay. And you have my social media and other resources. Look into it and make a change, okay? You seem like a compassionate, smart person.
Thank you very much.
You have more of a responsibility because you're a compassionate, smart person, okay?
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
It's a good way of complimenting people.
Exactly, yeah. Cheers.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Sorry everybody, there's somebody with a leaf blower here and going all over the place. I assume you can hear them. Protest is fine. All who see this, be respectful. Thank you, Aiden. Well said. So Henry Zoom, you're a farmer, huh? Well, look at that. How is that not a conflict of interest, or you defending a position that you have financial interest in, huh? How are you gonna get out of that one, huh? Yeah, so Henry Zoom, I welcome you if you wanna debate me. Otherwise, I am not going to waste my time with you. And everybody else, if you want to have conversations with me, if you want to debate me, I'm open to all of that. Contact me on Instagram. We can schedule it. We can do something. Yeah. You don't. If you're shy, you can also type it here. There's plenty of people who can have conversations with you. But you know, we're here to change minds, to actually get to a point. So if you think that what we're doing to animals is wrong, then you should tackle it in a way where, you know, like you need some form of humility, right? Because that's where we're all at. We realize that what we're doing is wrong, and then we didn't go attacking as if to try and make it seem like, well, you're even wronger, or you're even... No, that doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're trying to explain to you, we're trying to help you get there so that you no longer participate in something that you may find awful, crappy, unjust, unfair. Because I don't think anybody thinks that what we do to animals is in any way fair. So, you know, and I think everybody who watches this considers themselves as a fair person. But can you really be a fair person while paying for the most unfair thing that you can, strictly because you were taught that it's okay? I don't think that's okay. Advocate respect not just for vegans, but for literally any other group of people. We must respect choice. Aiden Montero, no, we must not respect some choices. Would you respect my choice to exploit and slaughter humans? If I wanted to choose to exploit and slaughter humans based on the quality that they have, let's say humans who have dark hair, would it be fair for me to, would you respect my choice for me to exploit and slaughter humans with dark hair? You are not answering my question. I see you saying animals aren't humans. I'm asking you a different question. Should we respect the choice if my choice is to be cruel and unjust towards somebody because I get some form of, because I perceive some form of benefit from it? That is the question.
Half of us want to go out, half of us want to go to bed. Let's go out.
Yeah. I see it's difficult to answer this question because you know what? That's the whole thing about it, you know. All of us are intelligent people. All of us can go from point A to point B without somebody showing us the way, right? So when I ask such a question that do you think we should respect somebody's choice if their choice is to be unfair or cruel towards somebody else, of course anybody would say no. We shouldn't respect that choice. Because that's what we made laws for, because we don't respect those choices. That's why for people who make certain choices that we deem as immoral, we put them in jails, we restrict their freedom, we try to rehabilitate them, we try to change them. Because we don't respect such choices that we deem as immoral. So then we end up in the same place. Why is it that you wouldn't think that it is immoral to exploit and slaughter animals for fun? And I ask you this, why? If I get pleasure and I find it entertaining to cut the throat of animals, right, of cows, chickens, pigs, if I find it entertaining to do that to dogs, cows, chickens, pigs, doesn't really matter. It is cruel and unfair, is it not? I'm just gonna walk you through the argument. I would assume anybody there on this chat will agree that it is cruel and unjust to cut the throat of innocent animals just because you enjoy watching it or you get some form of pleasure from doing this. Yeah, so Jonah Train, so for entertainment it's wrong, right? Because if it is for entertainment then it's wrong, then you're already halfway there and you're already getting it halfway there. Huh? If for entertainment is wrong, why is it wrong for entertainment? Let me ask you this. Think about it. Why is cutting the throat of innocent animals wrong if you do it for entertainment? It's not, says George Jenkins. Yeah, so George Jenkins, would it be wrong to do the same to humans for entertainment? Henry Zoom is incapable of answering a question like we've established before. It's not for entertainment. Well, it is in my hypothetical. That's what I asked. If it's for entertainment, is it wrong to do so? Again, that's not what I asked if other animals do it to other animals, Aiden. What I asked, is it wrong to cut the throat of animals? Look at this, look. So you see, there's a person right here. They're coming with their dog right there, right? You see this dog? Is it wrong for me to cut the throat of that dog because I get entertainment from it? Let's assume that that dog doesn't belong to that person so that you don't go into the, well, you're harming a person in the process. No. Was it wrong to cut the throat of an innocent animal for entertainment? So it seems like you guys are incapable of answering a simple hypothetical. Is it? It's a pretty simple hypothetical. In this hypothetical, I enjoy cutting the throats of animals for entertainment. I just enjoy that. In this hypothetical scenario, is it wrong for me to do so? It is a hypothetical scenario. I will take you step by step, but you have to pass this step. For entertainment and for sport, it is wrong. Okay, thank you. Okay, so then let me ask you this, because you seem to think that for food, it is somehow different. Well, if you can get nutrition, well, you can separate food in two different things, right? One is the nutrition side of it, the nutrition aspect of it, and two is the enjoyment part of it, right? There is some enjoyment side to food, isn't there? That's why a lot of people eat or overeat, because we enjoy overeating. We don't do it for nutrition. We do it because we enjoy either the taste, the texture, whatever it is, or even the process of sitting down, putting something in your mouth, feeling the taste of it while watching something. That can be entertaining. It is an entertainment part of it, right? So food can be split into two. One is the nutritional aspect of it, and two is the entertainment aspect of it. If you can get your nutritional side without cutting the throat of an innocent animal, then your decision whether to choose that food that cuts the throat of an innocent animal is strictly based on entertainment. So when you are choosing to exploit or slaughter an innocent animal for food, you are doing it for entertainment or out of convenience or all that kind of stuff. But the reasoning behind it, the reason why you think it's okay, is because you use like sustenance or some ridiculous thing to justify it, but that's not something you should be using, right? Because I couldn't kill humans to and then I would say, well, take it easy because I'm gonna eat them afterwards. It doesn't make sense, right? It would still be wrong because, again, I can get my sustenance or my nutrition from other places. It's the same thing. Yeah, so it's the same thing. And Aiden, this thing of as long as it's legal or somebody governs and says that it's okay to do so, well, or if the species doesn't disappear, why? You only care about the things that could potentially impact you. Hey, you want to try the social experiment?
Yes.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
I am okay with being
What's
live.
your name?
Mats.
Mats, nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Where are you from?
Like the Netherlands?
Netherlands. Okay, love it. Okay, so Mats, let me ask you, how do you feel about animals?
I do like animals.
Do you like animals? Okay. Do you think animals deserve moral consideration?
Elaborate, please.
Yeah, so do you think we should be exploiting, slaughtering, or doing whatever we want to animals just because we want to do it?
Of course not.
Of course not, right. So what if we perceive some form of benefit from doing so?
Yeah, we do by doing so. Well, people say in general we do by doing so.
Yeah, so is it right or wrong if we perceive some form of benefit and we do something unjust towards them?
I think it's wrong, but it's a way of using animals that's been for a long time already, and I think it's hard for the world to make the switch to go to vegan, for example. But I think it would be better, but I understand why it still happens.
But just because it's been done for a long time, do you think that does that in any way justify the cruelty or unjustness towards them?
No, it doesn't. But we do live in a pretty conservative world where things change pretty slowly.
That I have I have observed that also myself. I completely agree with you. So, but you know, when we talk about societies and other people in general, it's so easy to distract ourselves from the responsibilities we have as individuals. So let me ask you, you as an individual, do you have some responsibility in the cruelty or unjustness towards animals?
Well, I'm wearing a leather jacket, so I am.
Yeah, so you're wearing somebody's skin, right?
Yes.
Do you think that it is fair towards that somebody to wear their skin?
No.
No.
And I did buy it secondhand, and at the end of the day, I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But still, I commit to it. I
And-
try not to it as far as I can.
So what happened in the past is happened in the past. You know, I'm not here to judge. I was part of it too. But like going in the future, going forward, do you see yourself as going vegan and no longer supporting animal exploitation for food, for clothing, or for entertainment?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, love it. So, what is holding you back from doing this right now at this moment?
I think the switch is hard for me to make in one time, so I do things slowly in my own way, and I try to be as good in that way as possible. But I think it's too drastic of a change for me to completely go vegan for me right now.
Let me ask you this: if the only animal products you would find, it starts on the news, and the only animal products that are coming from dog meat or exploited dogs, would you still do the switch gradually, or would you stop instantly?
I would stop instantly, but I think that's because I'm not used to using dog meat or dog skin.
But let's say they also mentioned that, well, you've actually been using dog meat or dog skin for years now. You just didn't know.
Yeah, it's a good point, but I do think I would still take it in my own pace.
So even in that situation, you would still take it step by step, and some more animals would be exploited and slaughtered for you.
I know it's yeah, not the wrong, well, it's in some way the wrong answer probably for your perspective, but I don't think it would work.
What
for
about
me
from
like
the
that.
perspective of animals, not my perspective?
It will be absolutely wrong for them as well, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So how many more animals should be exploited until you make a change?
Well, yeah, it scares me if you hear the numbers of animals that die every day.
But how about for you, specifically for you?
Yeah, of course you want to say zero, but I don't think it's that black and white for me.
But where are you having difficulty? I'm just questioning because, like, you know, like you live in the Netherlands, there you have so many alternatives. It really is easier than ever nowadays to be vegan.
Yeah, it's just mostly clothes for me, and I really like eggs.
Yeah. But have you ever known what male chicks, like what happens to male chicks in the egg industry?
Yeah, they all get slaughtered.
Yeah, they all get slaughtered. Yeah.
But we get our eggs at the farm, so it makes a bit of a difference in
Well,
some way.
those chickens still come from the same place that slaughter the male chicks. So.
Yeah, well, a bio farm. Like
Yeah.
like
I've been to
local.
biofarms. So for example, let's put it this way: chickens, all the chickens that lay eggs,
Yeah.
are a different species than the chickens that are grown for meat.
Yeah.
So the chickens that lay eggs, they come from hatcheries, and this is a specific establishment that's what they handle. They literally take chickens from eggs and help them grow, so that then they sell them to farmers. So farmers or backyard chickens, so they go to biological industries, to free range, to backyard, to closed, whatever, however we treat them, right?
Yeah.
But they all come from that place, and in that place, when they hatch from an egg, if they're born male, they get killed. So even if you buy from a biological farm, down the line, that chicken that they had, to that chicken there was another male chick, at least one male chick that was slaughtered, you know.
That's
for
an
that.
eye opener for me.
Yeah, and also like I've been to a biological farm, so there's this organization in the Netherlands that what they do is because when chickens can no longer lay an egg every day, they kill them.
Yeah.
So what this organization does is they go to the farms and they pay them, they buy the chickens, and then they take them to sanctuaries.
Yeah.
Instead of sending them to a slaughterhouse, basically.
Yeah.
So I've been to one of these transactions when they did this, and the farmers, we like to think that they care about animals. It was a biological farm, so we like to think that they care about them, but the farmer gave us 2 chickens, and as he gave us the 2 chickens, he was holding them by their legs, and he broke their legs like as he was holding it, he didn't give a shit about them. Like it's insanely sad because those chickens will finally feel freedom, and they had to be in a cast for weeks because of it. So it's like that's just how they see animals. They for them it's a business. They see them as objects, you know. And if you think that's wrong, I'm not trying to tell you to fight against it, but rather to just not pay them. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Like being vegan is the bare minimum of not supporting this kind of shit.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
I think it's time to make a change.
It's time to make a change. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for being honest. It's not a lot. I don't get a lot of it, so you have even more of a responsibility in that matter. Let me tell you real quick. If you scan this QR code,
Yeah.
there's a thing there called Challenge 22.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a nutritionist and send you recipes every day for free. They help you go vegan.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's all you need. And if you want to learn more about what it is, either watch The Minion or the most important speech that ever here.
How
Okay.
many people are watching?
137.
Oh, cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank
Have
you
a
so
nice day.
much. And I hope you go vegan. And I
you.
hope maybe both of you go vegan. So you could save up to 100 animals per year by
that's
going
great.
vegan. That's
Awesome.
200 animals this year alone. Huh?
Thank you so
you.
much for doing
Yeah.
this.
Yes,
Hey,
it's
thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye. That was a pretty good conversation, right? I love that he stopped and he kind of changed his mind in the end. When the ego isn't bigger than the conscious. Yeah, exactly. You see, he had an awesome. He just completely got it, you know. And that was a really sad exchange, by the way, when the story that I was telling him about going to a biological farm. Oh, that was so not nice for me. I remember it. I actually did film it, never published it, no. Hey, at the end of the day, man, I do respect that you are practicing free speech and allowing my adverse opinion to be heard. Thank you for doing what you believe with passion. I don't know, man. Yeah, I understand what you mean, and I thank you for respecting my free speech, I guess. But you know, we should be I understand your idea of saying that free speech is important. In a way, we should be able to express, because the reason why free speech is important is because we should be able to express ourselves, right? We should be able to address our concerns and try to make society better, because it doesn't always come from the top, does it? Hey, want to try a social experiment?
Hi.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
Can you come a little bit closer? Yeah, what's your name?
It's complicated.
It's
Chiara.
complicated. Chiara. Okay,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Complicated Chiara. Okay, so let me ask you, do you think it would be wrong to harm a 3-year-old child?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because it would be wrong to harm any human being.
Okay. Is it just because they're born the species human, or is there something specific to them?
No, it's any living creature,
So in that sense,
especially the ones that can't defend themselves.
exactly. So in that sense, let me put it this way: is it wrong to harm an animal?
Yes.
Yes. How about exploiting them? Would exploiting them be okay?
Can you define better exploitation?
So exploiting means using them without their consent. Let's put it this way.
It depends
And
on how they're being treated. You know, we also human beings are being exploited.
So
I mean, we work. You know.
So exploiting 3-year-old children is okay as long as they're treated nicely.
No,
No. Why not?
because what would you exploit a 3-year-old for?
Labor? I don't know.
A 3-year-old?
Sure. Maybe
For
they
what?
have little hands that they could be useful for something. I don't know.
Yeah, but they're not in the age where they can follow orders, really.
That's okay. I don't
They
know.
have not developed that yet.
I mean, there's forms of exploitation you can do. You can film them, right? We can film 3-year-old children and film and sell the filming to somebody. I guess there's something like that.
Well, that could be useful if it's for, I don't know, developmental research. I mean, if it depends on the case. There's no right or wrong answer.
Well, let's put it this way: there is no benefit for them. There's only benefit for you.
But is there harm for them?
Let's assume so.
If there is harm, obviously not. But if there is no harm, I mean, if a child is being recorded while playing, what is the harm?
I mean, it could be harmful, right? If they grow up, maybe they never consented to being recorded, right? Especially if it's not for their own benefit. I know that parents can make decisions for them, but parents should make decisions with their future in mind, right?
Yeah, but if the recording is being, if they are canceling their face, I mean, I have friends studying to
As in
become
it-
teachers, so I've seen a lot of those kind of recordings, and
So they can't be identified in that sense.
yeah, if they cannot be identified, then I do not see the harm.
Okay. But let me ask you for animals. Is exploiting animals okay?
Still, it depends.
Is it the same
If it-
situation?
Is it causing them harm or not?
Let's assume that it is causing them harm.
If it is causing them harm, obviously not. If
Would
it
you
is
call
not,
killing them harmful?
It depends on how they're killed.
So would you call killing a 3-year-old child harmful?
It depends on how they're being killed.
So is there a non-harmful?
If they are terminal, if they have cancer and they choose, the parents choose euthanasia.
Oh
then
no,
it's
none of
not.
that. They're healthy. They're okay, but you want to kill them. Is
I
that
want to
harmful?
kill them for what reason?
To eat them.
Okay. I suppose if we're eating animals, we should not be. How do you say it? Obviously, my brain is telling me that it's wrong because we're humans and we have laws. But technically, if we are eating animals and humans are animals, if there should not be any distinguish.
Yeah, exactly. There shouldn't be any distinction. You're right.
But it's against the law, so obviously.
But outside
it
of
would be,
law, let's put law on the side because
Yeah, but
law can be different in every country. You could find laws where
Yeah,
something
but there are
is,
common laws for, they're in our conscience.
I don't know. There's countries in this world where they do female genital mutilation, and it's
Yes.
according to the law. It wouldn't be lawful here to do so, or most countries on this planet. So
Yeah, but it's eradicated in human history that humans believe that they're superior in some way. So.
do you think we are superior in
No,
any
I
way?
do not.
No.
I think that the human beings are the only species that should be extinct on this planet. But, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So then let me ask you, because do you consume any animal products? I'm not here to judge.
Yes, only if they're organic.
Yeah. So then, in these situations, you acknowledge that these animals are exploited and slaughtered. They do go through harmful practices, and you don't need to do any of it.
I think that the cows that I eat live a better life than I do.
You
So
think that?
if
Were you
I-
forcefully impregnated?
No, not the ones that I eat.
Oh yes, all the cows that you eat are forcefully impregnated.
No, I know the farm that I get that the butcher gets the meat from because I'm very.
What do they call it?
What do you mean?
I'm assuming you don't think
it
that
is a
cows get pregnant when they
ethical-
want, all right?
It's an ethical and organic source.
Doesn't
and-
really matter, but like, let me ask you this because, look, I'm assuming you consume dairy products, right?
Not much because I'm lactose intolerant.
Do you consume any dairy products? Like cheese, like?
Only the seasoned cheeses I can eat.
Okay, let's take one of those for instance, right? Those are made from cow's milk. Why do cows produce milk?
To feed their.
So do you think farmers let them decide when they want to go pregnant, or do you think they forcefully impregnate them?
Do you know the profession of they were called milkmaids?
No.
Yeah, they were usually these women that would
Milk them.
milks children, and as long as you continue to produce milk, there's you do not stop.
But this doesn't answer my question. Do you think the cows got pregnant when they wanted to, or do you think farmers decided for them and
I
thus
mean,
forcefully
I do
inseminated
not
them?
think that consent is something that exists in the animal world. I mean, the male finds the female, and the female is being forced. They're not, only the egg.
There is consent because the female, when the female is in heat, she consents to doing so, let's say. But do you think that that's the case for animal agriculture? Do you think there is some form of consent there? Don't you think
I
farmers
mean,
decide for them?
if the cows are trapped in a cage, then there is no,
Yeah, so
there's
there-
no consent. But if they're, roaming free, then obviously the bull meets the cow, and
Yeah, no, they're definitely put in a contraption. Some people call it a rape rack, but it's just a rack. They're being held by their neck, and then the common procedure is like my sister is a veterinarian. She also did it, but what they do is they have this giant glove. They put their hand in their anus to hold their cervix, and then they inject bull semen in their vagina. Because what you'll notice is that on most farms,
yeah, not on ethical farms though.
there's no such thing as ethical farms, because on most
Maybe
farms,
not here, but I
nowhere. Is there an ethical way of farming humans?
Cloning them.
Do you think that's ethical to do against their consent?
I mean, all of our personal data information is online and against our consent. So
Not
what's
all
the
my
difference?
personal data and information is online.
Well, lucky you then.
But no,
if you
like,
now
either
if you want to open a bank account, you need to have a mobile phone.
But,
So you need to have internet. So you will need to enter your credentials
I understand, but how does that
on
make
an IP address.
how does that make farming humans okay? Because farming
It
humans would
doesn't.
imply again like some form of artificial insemination, right? You control the breeding process. That's what farming is. You control the breeding process. That's an essential part of farming.
Yeah, I think it would be necessary for human beings, for my vision.
So do you think it's ethical to farm humans or animals, as in control the breeding process for them?
If that control makes a better turn for the planet, then yes.
So if it's in their detriment, not for their own interest, but rather just so that you can get money or a certain product that you get pleasure from, you think it can be ethical? You seem to you keep
No.
moving the goalpost. I see. You keep moving.
No,
Oh, if
because
it's for
it's
the
because
planet, if it's for this
you're
thing.
trying to lead me to your point, but
No, I'm just trying to lead you to the actual point. Is farming
but
ethical?
it's your point.
No. Is farming ethical? I keep asking you, and you seem to think that farming can be
It depends
ethical.
on the case.
So is farming humans ethical? Can I farm women so that I can forcefully impregnate them and use their milk to make cheese? I separate the children just like we do with cows. If the child is born a male, I grow them up to the year of 18, then I kill them for meat, or hell, I mean, for cows they're grown up to the age of 1, so that would be like 5 years old. So I grow them up to the age of 5, and then I kill them. Would that be okay? And if they're born female, I do the same thing to them. Every year I forcefully inseminate them so that I can get their milk and then make cheese from their milk.
You see, I'm a human being, so I cannot really get my life out of the context to answer the question. But let's suppose that I was, Tarzan, Mowgli, what's it called, the Disney movie. The child that was raised by the...
Sure, I vaguely remember it
Yeah.
when I was younger, yeah.
So let's suppose that I was born in another environment with no contact to humans, with no social activity whatsoever. And I was, I'm being fed every day.
And forcefully inseminated. And have your baby stolen from you. Would you think that is okay? You who was born somewhere else, as you say, from your perspective. If you were
No.
born, do you think you wouldn't want if somebody forcefully inseminates you, which already is fucked up in my opinion, but you seem to think it's not that bad. But then when they're born, you take away their baby. would that not-
Farming is wrong. Do you want me to say that?
No, I
But
just want you
I
to-
don't.
to-
I do
to-
not
to
feel like
acknowledge.
you are.
that it is
No,
wrong.
but
I
you're
don't want you
trying
to
to-
say that it's wrong. I want you to acknowledge that it's wrong. There's a difference, right? Like you seem to find these edge cases that don't actually exist to justify saying that
Because
farming
there
is
is
okay.
no right or wrong. There is no black and white. That is nature.
So
So-
if somebody forcefully inseminated you, would that be right or wrong, or would it be gray?
But you see, that's my point. If
Well,
I
from the
went,
position of
if
the
I
victim.
went, if I went, because you consider them a victim, because we
Animals
are
are victims, yes.
we are considering consent. Consent is
No, they are victims because they have a subjective experience of the world, and somebody is
Exactly.
shitting on that and saying, "Well, I will do with you whatever I want to do so that I get
But
the
if
product."
let me ask you one question. If the reproduction system was the natural one, what would happen then?
So if two cows somewhere on the field have
Yeah.
a baby, right?
Yeah.
And they stay with the baby.
Yes.
And they drink their milk. Why? What's the problem there? That's not farming. That's just animals being on their own environment.
Yeah. And if I don't know if that cow, the mother of the calf, at 19 years old gets slaughtered with a nail in the head.
They get slaughtered at like 6 years old when they can no
No,
longer
they
be
do not.
forcefully
That's
inseminated.
what I'm telling you. I know the
Yes, they
age
are.
of the cows that I eat. I can tell you the address of
So-
the butcher that I buy.
Okay, yeah, tell me the address.
Yeah.
Say it, because I'll look
Yeah,
it up.
it's in Rome, actually. I will tell you.
It's in Rome, everybody. So look it up.
Yeah.
So you're saying that on this address, the cows are killed at 20 years old, at 19.
I have bought I think it was my grandfather's birthday last year, and the steaks that we
Wait,
ate.
how old was your grandfather?
My grandfather, I have to count. He's from 1941, so 84 this year.
So we should kill him, right?
I mean, he has degenerative disease.
So we
in
should
his
kill
heart,
him.
So I think that if he wants to be killed, he can go to
Do you
Switzerland.
think that
and
cow at 19 years old wanted to be killed? Do you think anybody considered what she wanted, or do you think that she was just killed?
I can only know what I feel. If I had lived a very good life, and before I started to age and feel weak and everything, I'd rather die.
So you'd rather die right now? You'd rather somebody come and
No,
put a
because I
knife
have
to your
not
throat?
lived a good life, so I'm hoping for the better in the future. So, but if I get to a point, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
But you see, you're still making the points for you controlling when that happens to you, whereas none of these animals do. You realize that. Even that cow who you said got killed at 19, and it's a 1 in a million chance, let's say, that is true.
But
even
if
if
I
that
were
is the
to-
case,
if I were to control
she was
it-
still killed. Why is it that you don't think then that killing your grandpa, it's exactly the same? Because you said animals and humans are exactly the same. So why is it then that
Because
killing your
humans
grandpa is...
have to give their consent.
Why
But
don't
if I
animals
w-
have to give consent since we're the same?
Because they probably do not have the feeling of consent.
Oh, I'm sure that none of them want to die. I'm sure that none of them want to be killed. Do you think any animal wants to be killed?
I don't know. Because I don't know.
Don't be dishonest with me. Come on,
No,
you know.
even human beings sometimes want to be killed. So
No, human beings want to kill themselves. No human being wants to be killed.
yeah, but some do not have some fear, so they go to Switzerland and they get injected. So that's wanting to be killed.
Do you think that these animals want to be killed? Come on.
Depends on the. I don't know.
Nah, you're not being intellectually honest right now. You don't know. You think that if I come
You
with
know,
a knife,
in
at
nature,
the throat
when a
of an
mother
animal,
gives birth to more animals and there is a weak one, you know what happens?
that they kill them?
Yes.
Is that fair towards you?
I mean, it's nature.
But do you
The
find
mother.
it? Do you find it fair? If I did the same to my
Because
child,
they know that they wouldn't.
if my child was born with a disease, is it fair
Yeah,
for me
that's
to
why
kill them?
that's why they test before they give birth, so that if
Not
there
always.
is-
Let's say somebody is born with a intellectual disability that they'll
you
remain
know,
3
this
years old for the rest
conversation
of
is
their
going
life.
towards is it right or wrong to
I'm
is
just
the
trying to understand
abortion
what
right
your
or
values
wrong?
are, because according to you, you
giving-
don't seem to
is-
have any values. You seem to think there's no right or wrong. It's all gray. So then, okay. So if you think everything is gray, I just keep asking you: is it gray for all to do these horrible things? I mean, you
Let
just.
me ask you another question.
Well,
do
you
you
haven't
think,
answered
do
any of
you
my
think-
questions.
Do you think I have not?
No.
I think I have answered. But do you think that putting a stop to farming is possible today?
I think it's possible for you to not pay farming to happen.
Yeah, but let me explain you one thing. If you do disappear from one market, you do not leave any trace, and the market analysis cannot really understand why it disappeared from the market. If you switch from intensive farming to organic products,
Is
you're making-
intensive farming bad?
obviously,
Why? Wait, why?
because the
I thought
animals
this is
are
gray.
being missed. No, that is wrong.
Why
but
is it
there
wrong?
there is no white. That's what I'm telling you.
So why is it wrong to intensively farm animals?
Because they are not. Yeah, I do not think that it's. Yeah, he's not gonna let you tell any opinion different from his own. So.
I just ask her questions and she's pissed off.
No, I'm not. Yeah. Please step in because there is no way. Anyways, the butcher shop is in Biella Bicana in Rome.
Hi.
How do you feel about animals?
Oh,
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel, by the way?
Hmm?
Are you okay being live
no.
for my YouTube channel?
I don't follow you.
That's okay, but are you okay being live, being filmed live?
Oh
for my YouTube
yes,
channel?
hi.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
that's
it's
fine.
live. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, how do you feel about animals?
They're nice.
Should we be exploiting animals?
No, I don't think
No. So then, do you think that when you buy animal products, you are potentially exploiting animals?
so. Yes.
Yes. So then, can you still maintain your position of being against animal exploitation if you buy animal products?
No.
No, exactly. I love it. See, you're already answering the questions. So then, what is it that you feel that you want to do then? Do you want to continue exploiting animals, or do you want to stop buying animal products?
Stop buying animal products.
Jesus Christ, man, that's amazing. Okay, are you honest with me right now? I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm honest.
You're honest. Okay. Have you ever considered going vegan?
Yes. But not completely vegan, but just vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian.
So let me ask you this, because vegetarian would imply you're still consuming like dairy products,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
Do you know what cows go through for milk?
Yeah, I know. It's not so nice. But is it better if you like buy more local products?
I mean, to the animals, it's kind of the same thing. They also get forcefully inseminated, right? They get, because in order for cows to produce milk, they have to have babies.
Yeah.
So do you think farmers impregnate them, or do you think they get pregnant when they want to?
I think farmers. Yeah, I think the farmers just make their money.
Yeah. Yeah, so farmers, they impregnate them.
Yeah.
And what do you think they do when the babies are born?
I think they murder like the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And the females, they inseminate them every year.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
they milk them.
Yeah, they milk them and they forcefully inseminate it, so they keep them pregnant every year. And when they can no longer get them pregnant, they kill them also. And that usually happens at like a quarter of their lifespan.
Yeah, but I think I maybe want to be a vegan when I'm a little bit older, because now I think I just need I need like the little bit the dairy products.
You
But-
don't actually need
yeah.
it in reality, especially dairy products. Like there's nothing in them that you actually need. But
Yeah, but I think maybe when I'm a little bit older.
so how many more animals should be exploited until you make a change?
I don't know. I don't know how much animals I exploit when I buy
Yeah,
when
fair
I
enough,
buy
fair enough.
buy a pack of eggs.
Oh, eggs for so for eggs it's a little bit different because eggs come from hatcheries, and when a chicken hatches from an egg, there's a 50-50 chance that they're either male or female.
Yeah.
And the female, they
get
go.
like shredded.
Yeah, you've seen that, right? Yeah. Yeah. So for eggs, it's a little bit worse, and also they get killed when they can no longer produce an egg every day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? What do your values say? Is that okay?
Yeah. No, sorry.
No, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Uh,
Okay. So, I mean, if your values say one thing and your actions say another, don't you think that you should align your actions with your values?
Yes, I think so, but I just really like eggs.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm older, but like now, I don't think I will stop eating eggs.
But if I really liked the process of, if I really liked something that came out of exploiting you, would it be fair to you?
No.
No. No. So, can we actually be fair while buying these products?
Yes, but there are ways you can like buy eggs without like the exploitive chickens.
Wow.
I don't know, buy it local from like a farm or something.
Yeah, I've been to local farms here in the Netherlands. All of them are the same thing. They're all not different enough, and like they all use they see chickens as their money-making objects. When chickens no longer make enough eggs, they kill them. It's just like if you had a laptop or something, when the laptop is no longer performing, you kill them. It's literally like an object. They treat animals like objects.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you don't think that's okay, then it's easy. Go vegan.
What do the viewers say?
I don't know. There's always something different there.
You all know the news.
There's a lot of vegans and non-vegans in the chat, so obviously the non-vegans will say that you should not be vegan, and the
Oh,
vegans
yeah.
say that
Go
you should be
vegan, go
yeah.
vegan.
It's always the same thing. But it's not about listening to what others say. It's about listening to what feels right to you,
Yeah.
you know, and thinking for yourself. If this feels wrong to you, what we do to animals, then you should go vegan, because I know you don't actually see what happens to them, but it does happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, let me just give you a card before you go, and I urge you, can you watch the most important speech you'll ever hear? It just teaches you about eggs and everything else, okay? You just gotta scan this QR code. You also have my YouTube channel there and everything, okay? What's your name?
Hendrik.
Hendrik.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Have a good one.
Hi.
Hi, you want to try the social experiment?
Sure.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Sure.
Can you come a little closer? What's your name?
Alice.
Alice. Where are you from?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Okay, love it. So let me ask you, Alice, then. Ask you this. Should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless?
Oh. Wait, should the powerful have the right to oppress the powerless? No, because everybody should have a say and equality is important.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You know who Superman is?
Who's Superman? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's an alien who clearly has power over everybody else,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he doesn't actually exist, but hypothetically, he has power over everybody. Okay, so if Superman wanted to exploit a human being, he obviously could, right?
Right.
Like if he wanted to impregnate a woman without her even knowing, he could, because he's extremely fast, right?
Right.
Would that be fair for him to do so?
No, that's rape.
That's rape, exactly. What if he has a good justification behind it, like say he gets benefit from doing so?
Well, it's not consensual, so.
It's not consensual, right, right. But you also wouldn't know it, so.
Yeah.
So would it still be wrong?
If I didn't know if she knew or not.
No, if you didn't know, so, sorry, if not you, if the person who is being sexually exploited by Superman wouldn't know that they're sexually exploited, would that make it okay?
Oh, like if she was like at it, like if she was like.
Maybe either tranquilized or Superman has the superpower that he can be so fast that he can impregnate her without her even knowing.
I know. I still think that's not okay because it's still her body.
Exactly,
and
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be wrong. Okay, so then what if Superman is part of a league and it's a tradition, it's part of their culture to do so? Would that make it right? Would that make it better?
No.
No. Okay, okay. So then we've established that it's wrong for...
Superman cannot rape anybody. That's my
Okay.
final say.
Okay. So Superman cannot. Just call it sexual exploitation. Okay. So cannot
Okay,
sexually exploit
okay.
somebody. Do you think that if we turn it around, do you think that somebody like us, like humans, should we be allowed to sexually exploit animals?
No, that's
No.
gross.
But do you think we do that for food, clothing, or entertainment? For like when we farm animals?
Oh, you mean like make them mate?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I
that's
think we
one of
do.
the part
I
of
think
it.
we
Yeah.
do that, like breeding.
Yeah. So we do breed animals. We
Yeah.
do sexually exploit them, don't we?
Yeah.
Then what do we do with them when we can no longer exploit them, like use them for their milk or whatever else?
Well, I mean, I would hope you wouldn't kill them, but I guess that
That's
is
what
like
they do.
a reality.
Yeah, we kill them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that in line with your values?
For me personally, I'm vegetarian.
You're vegetarian.
Yeah,
So do you consume dairy products?
No, not really, but some, yeah.
So when you buy them, that's what you're supporting, huh? A forceful insemination of a cow, the killing of the cow, yeah.
Oh no. Yeah.
The killing of her babies if they're male.
Yeah, I think it's unethical. Yeah.
Have you ever considered going vegan and leaving this behind?
You signed up for this, aren't you?
I'm so glad. Yeah, I mean, I that seems like a good idea.
Yeah. So how many more animals should be exploited for you or on your behalf until you make a change?
I don't eat meat.
Dairy products, eggs, they still exploit and slaughter animals.
Just tell them the world doesn't stop for you. It's going to happen with or without you, your choice.
Well, you can save up to
Doesn't
100
justify it,
animals.
But it doesn't change the fact.
Okay, well, I agree with your point.
Yeah.
Thank you for your
So
time.
which side of it do you want to be? Do you
What
want
do
to
you
be
mean?
on the side of violence towards animals because everybody else is violent, like your friend says? Or do you want to be on the side of non-violence and try to make this change?
Try to make the change.
Try to make the change.
Non-violence is always the answer.
I appreciate you. Let me just give you a card before you go, okay? Listen, just get a little bit more informed, first of all. And I urge you to watch either Dominion or the most important speech you'll ever hear. You just got to scan that QR code.
Okay, thank you.
And you have a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist and send you recipes every day for free. They help you go vegan, okay?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a good one. Go vegan. No more animals for you. Wow, everybody. One conversation after another, huh? Non-violence is always the answer, yeah. Not sure how honest she was being with that, but still. The first woman was very very triggered, huh, by all of it. She refused to say anything right or wrong about farming animals, farming humans. She's like, no, what if this or what if that? She kept moving the goalpost and trying to find justifications. And she got really upset in the end. That's funny. Well, it's funny. It's funny to me because I don't know why you would get upset over that. Well, you can also just acknowledge, I think a sign of intelligence is acknowledging that that there's something that you don't know or something that you're wrong about, right? That can be a sign of intelligence. And everybody, if you're enjoying these kind of stuff, hey, subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. I go live a couple of times per week, and I don't always announce it when I go live, so if you subscribe and hit that notification bell, you have the opportunity to come in the chat and have a chat with people in the chat, engage with the amazing community we have over here, and also, engage with me and see the conversations live directly. Do you ever protest the red light district? Why would I protest the red light district? I have no problem with sex workers. If somebody consents and wants to be a sex worker, why would I have a problem with that? It's ridiculous. Here's a hypothetical for Chip. Is it ethical to deceive people for clout? No, it's not. Hi.
What social benefit are you doing?
I just ask you some questions, that's it.
Okay.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Okay.
Can you come a bit closer so that you're me? What's your name?
All right then. Josh.
Nice to meet you, Josh. I'm Chip. Where are you from?
London.
London. Okay. So, Josh, how do you feel about animals?
Yeah, I don't mind them. We have a dog.
You have a dog.
Right,
What's your dog's name?
Costa.
Costa?
Yes.
How do you feel about Costa?
We love him. He's a family dog and we adore him.
Is he do you see him as like an object, or do you see him like a part of your family, an individual?
I see him as a part of a family.
Do you think that from his perspective that he has an experience of the world similar to yours, or of course it's different because he's got a different perspective, but
Yeah, I understand our position, his position. So I know he's our pet, so he won't have the same perspective as an owner would.
but he does have a perspective, right, of the world.
I would like to consider his perspective. Yeah, I think he got perspective. Yeah, of his own.
Yeah, because you've noticed him having a personality, having
Yes,
emotions,
100%.
stuff like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Do you think it would be fair for somebody to exploit Costa?
Exploit in which manner?
So let's say make him reproduce him
Out of his own will.
out of his own will, yeah.
I don't think that's nice. I don't agree with it.
No.
No.
Even if you weren't your companion.
I wouldn't agree with it. No.
No. Okay, so then do you think it would be fair to do that to any other animal?
It depends. I'd have to weigh the benefits and disadvantages to it. Like for example, if it was to do something to do like a medicinal use or something that's going to benefit maybe the humankind, then I would agree with it.
What if the perceived benefit is optional?
Perceived benefit. What do you mean by that?
So what if the benefit that you're getting you could get from other ways without doing this to them?
Well, again, I have to weigh up the pros and cons to see what's more like, I don't know, maybe cash efficient, or what's more efficient in, if it's much more of a way that you can rely on, and
So would it be okay to exploit Costa if it's, as you said, efficient or cost efficient? If
So
it's
for
more cost
example,
efficient?
if his breed was extinct, then I would agree with him mating with something that's not, or force
Oh,
breeding
but that's
him.
for their benefit, right? That's in a sense for him or his species benefit, right?
Yes.
But like if it's
for our benefit,
but if it's for your benefit,
I would go to as far as saying no. Obviously not. No.
no.
I would agree with it, no.
So then I come back to the same. If is it okay to do this to any animal?
Again, I think there's different categories of animals. There's pets, domestics, animals, and then there's also like, like other animals, wild animals, where there's a lot of medicinal benefits out of it. So I do agree with that part of things. Whereas like a domestic animal, like Costa, for example, there's not much benefits that we could extract out of him in order to, if you see what I mean.
Well, let me ask you this. So you said wild animals.
Yeah.
So and medicinal. So you could either take a paracetamol, or you could slash the throat of a tiger. What would you do?
It depends what's the cause or what's the need of doing either.
Your head hurts, and you could either take a paracetamol or
I'll
slash
take a
the throat
paracetamol.
of a.
I'll take a paracetamol.
You take a paracetamol. Okay. So then, can I ask why?
Because obviously I'd rather not see like a lion or a tiger dead.
Yeah.
And second of all, I think a paracetamol obviously it's been trialed and it's been used before and it's helped before. Therefore, it's much more of a trustworthy method to solve a headache.
Okay, but let me ask you this: would you, in the situation where where both of them are just as trustworthy, right? Like drinking the blood of a tiger or whatever.
I'll choose the paracetamol side still.
Still.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then let me ask you this: then, would you rather slash the throat of an innocent cow, or would you eat plant-based?
It depends again. For what reason? For what reason?
The same reason you would slash that throat. You would slash their throat to get some food, but you could get plant-based food also.
I wouldn't want to slash a human's throat, so I would use that as last resort of protein. So I'll choose a vegan option if that's the case.
Okay, so what if it's a cow?
A cow, you say? Oh yeah, cow. I'd prefer not to do it myself. However, if I was out trying to survive and I was, a matter of, dying or thingy, I'll cut the cows.
Okay, but what if you didn't have
the option?
Yeah.
If I had only one option.
No, if you had
I'd
two
go vegan.
options.
I had two options.
Yeah.
In terms of like life or death situation.
No. I mean, a day-to-day scenario, right?
I'll choose it. Yeah, I would rather not slash a cow myself. No.
Okay.
So I would go for a vegan option if that was going to meet my nutrition needs.
I appreciate that. So then, do you acknowledge that you have all of these options nowadays already, that you could go vegan and never exploit animals?
I just think I'd prefer going down. I'd rather get my nutrients from real meat rather than vegan.
So you do, because you just said just now that you'd rather choose a vegan option rather than slash the throat of a cow.
Yeah,
but
but
now
I
what
wouldn't
you're
wanna,
saying is the
as in
opposite.
I'd rather not slash a cow, you know. But if it's already slaughtered for me, I'll choose the option of a cow.
But but the cow gets slaughtered because you pay for it. So
Yeah,
so
and I'm happy to pay for that.
So you're happy to pay for a cow to get slaughtered for something you don't need.
Something that I need in order to feed my body nutrients.
Well, you don't need it because you can feed your body nutrients without slashing the throat of a cow.
Yeah, but I'd prefer getting my nutrients from a cow rather than a plant.
So you prefer to be cruel and unjust towards a cow because you get some perceived benefit from it.
If you see how it's cruel, then I understand, but
Is it
for
not
my,
cruel to cut the throat of a cow for something you
not
don't
for
need?
my needs, unfortunately, not.
But it's
no.
not a need, again, it's a want.
Is a need. I rely on that cow to feed my body.
Can you feed your body with using plant-based products? You just said that you can.
I can, but I prefer not to.
So it's a want, not a need.
I guess so, yeah. But again, I'd prefer the meat of a cow rather than a processed vegan-style meal.
So if I preferred to kill and eat you rather than a plant-based option, would that be fair towards you?
Like, if that's the way you think about it, you can try, but
Or would it be fair towards you?
would it be fair? It depends again, like, you know, because obviously it's not as common for a man. Yeah, I know. It's not common for a man's thinking. But anyway, listen, thanks a lot for the conversation. It was quite insightful. I'll see what your point.
So are you going to continue exploiting innocent animals? Yeah. So what about Costa? Are you going to exploit her? Are you going to exploit him? That wasn't going anywhere anyway. I feel like, you know, you talk to some people and some people they're just gonna, hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Sure.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure.
What's your name?
My name is Ollie.
Ollie, nice to meet you. I'm
Yeah.
Chip. Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view?
Yeah, sure.
Love it. Okay, so how old are you, by the way?
I'm 17 years
17, okay, it's okay, no problem. So let me ask you, how do you feel about animals?
old. I love animals.
You love animals?
Yeah, I
okay.
have two myself, cats.
You have two?
Yeah.
Two cats. Tell me about them.
Well, that's Maine Coons, one boy, one girl. Yeah, they're big.
They're big. Do you see any difference in personalities between them?
Yes, very big difference. So, girl, she's older, she's calm, and the boy, he's orange cat, so he has orange cat behavior.
Okay.
He's like autistic or he has ADHD, I don't know, but he acting like he has it. Yeah.
Okay. How do you see them? Do you see them like as objects or automatrons, or do you see them as members of your family?
As members of my family, I can't say this about orange cat yet. I mean, he is part of my family, but girl, she was like in my family 8 years.
Ah, I see what you
So
mean.
yeah, since I was 10 years, she always been near, like through everything. So
Do you think that when you look at them behind those eyes, do you think there's a somebody?
yeah, sure,
Just
sure.
Like, it's
Actually, when I was kid, I had this thing. So my grandfather died, and after my grandfather died, people gave me, my father gifted me my cat, and I was like, oh, so you're like my grandfather. So I was thinking like reborn or something like this. I mean, I know that's a bit crazy, but I actually think that someone is behind
interesting.
there.
Do you believe in reincarnation?
Oh well, I don't think so, but it's nice to. It's just nice,
a nice
to
thought, right?
think, yeah, that my cat is actually my grandmother.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Looking.
Love it. Do you think it would be fair to use them, your cats, for your benefit, for somebody could use them for their benefit, and against their detriment, just to perceive some form of benefit, like just to get some form of perceived benefit from it? I don't know, maybe like pleasure or something.
No, I don't think it's. It sounds.
No. So, and do you think it would be fair to do that to any other animal? Would it be fair to exploit or slaughter an animal?
No, of course not. When you're talking about I don't know, using chemicals on animals just to I don't know, just to be just to create a new makeup. I don't know. That sounds.
That's fucked up,
hilarious.
isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah, because they test on animals, right? They do
Yeah,
test.
they can test on human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a good question. So do you think testing on animals, is that ethical to you? Is that moral to you?
Yeah, sure. I remember a time when this on YouTube was this cartoon about rabbit who've been suffering, and it actually touched my heart. And I started to look around in websites, and it's very traumatic when you look at how animals suffer. So I don't
is.
think it's a good idea. They really can test it on people, and just pay them money and.
Do you think that they have a subjective experience of the world? As in, like you have one now, like you have one throughout your life, that
Yeah, of course.
you're subject of your universe and you experience the world through yourself? Do you think animals have the same thing?
Well, they just have it a bit different, but yes, they do have
Yeah, they
their
have it all bit.
hormones.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Okay, I appreciate that. So then, and I'm not judging, but do you think that if you're buying animal products, whether that's for food, for clothing, or any other source, then you are essentially exploiting and slaughtering innocent animals for something that you don't actually need?
Can you repeat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Sorry.
So if you're buying animal products, do you think that then you are exploiting and slaughtering an innocent animal, somebody who had a subjective experience of the world, for something that you don't actually need?
Okay, so if I bought this, I actually need this, but
But let's say food, right? Like for example,
yeah.
in the case of food, right?
Okay.
Animal products. Do we need animal products?
yes, I think so.
What if you were to find out that we don't, that we can thrive without, like, consuming just plants and plant-based products?
Well, that's a really hard thing to say because I mean, I eat chicken, for example, but I know that they kill chicken, and I actually promote their market to like upper, and so they can, I don't know.
Yeah, but do you think that chickens are individuals?
There's a lot of chickens, but I think so. Maybe yes.
Yeah, because they're still sentient, you know? They're just like, they have the same brain capability. Well, I think maybe dogs or cats have a little bit more, but they still have sentience. They still
Yes.
have the subjective experience of the world.
Yeah.
So then wouldn't it be wrong to kill them for food?
It is wrong, but it's about that it's actually like people eat cats and dogs in Asian places, so for them it's same as eating, I don't know, chicken, cow. And
But if you take any culture out of it, right? Because this
Yes.
is cultural, as you say. If you take all of the culture out of it, our culture, their culture,
Yes.
do you think it's fair to do this to them, considering we could always choose plant-based options?
That's not fair, but that's a human being. That's a human being because humans actually think that they are stronger, they're better, and they need food, and they kill innocent animals.
But do you think might makes right? As in, because we have power over them, we can just do this to them?
That's wrong. That's wrong, definitely, but it's just people nature.
But do you think that you have some responsibility in the matter?
I think so. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So do you think that you could choose otherwise and choose to no longer put animals in this position?
Yes. Yes. For example, I don't use no makeup or something like for house. If I know that this company is testing on animals, I don't buy it. I started to do this like 2 years ago.
But you seem okay. So what if they were tested on chickens?
Same thing.
Same
Same
thing.
thing. Yeah. It's
So
just
then
about
why is it
that-
for food is different? Then?
It's
It
just
seems-
about that because I love food and it's something that I cannot control. I don't really want to be vegan, and as well I have problems with food, so it's actually important for me to eat chicken and other meats.
Why don't you eat cats or dogs?
Because they don't sell them in Germany.
Would you eat them if they sell them?
I mean, I would love to try if it would be a good example of meat from chicken.
Would you still love to try it if you know that another cat or dog would be killed because you tried it?
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. I want to try everything in life.
What if it were a human? Would you try it for a human?
No.
No? Why?
That is actually, it's interesting question because like in the world, if you eat a human, you're a cannibal. But actually,
It's just a word, cannibal.
yeah, it's just a word.
But it's the
Um,
same injustice applied to an individual who didn't want to die, to somebody who's experiencing life through their own experience, you know? Just like it is for a chicken, just like it is for a cat, just like it is for a dog. From the way I see it, if we can choose otherwise, if it's for food, for clothing, for makeup,
Yeah.
we should choose otherwise. But if there's no need, can we really morally justify killing them if we don't need to?
Um, no. I mean, we don't need to kill them, but there is people who want to eat food as a chicken.
But if I want to eat you,
Yeah.
should I be allowed to?
Well, no. I don't know. I think no.
No. So then, if we want to eat them, why should we be allowed to?
Well, they cannot say us to do different. I mean, they
So
just.
if you couldn't say, if you couldn't speak up for somebody committing an injustice towards you, does that make it okay to do an injustice towards you?
I guess it's not about justice, but if person says it, he's stronger. It's same with like bullying and beating up the people.
But
Some things he's stronger, he's going to kick someone's ass and.
yeah, but
bully
he's not
and
asking.
kill.
He's not behaving justly if he's doing that, right? Like if
No,
you
he's
had
not.
power over somebody, would you bully somebody?
I know.
No, me neither. Because I respect that individual, you know. So why is it that you think that if we have power over chickens, it's okay to do this to them? Because you
I
could
don't
get
know.
nutrition from plant-based products also, and you could get great food from that. Like you don't have to. I understand that you might have some difficulties with some food, but you can
Yes.
still find it just as enjoyable. It's not like chicken has a specific taste. We literally call every other food, we say it tastes like chicken when it tastes like something that is fried, because chicken doesn't really have a specific taste to itself, right? So we could literally just fry anything else and try to make it seem as close to it as possible.
Yeah.
And do you live here in the Netherlands?
No, I'm from Ukraine, but I live in Germany.
Ah, okay. So I wanted to ask you about Ukraine more, but I'm glad you're living in Germany now because it's not a nice time there right now.
Wait, what?
It's not a nice time right now in Ukraine. That's why I said so. I'm
Yeah,
glad you're
yeah.
living in Germany.
Yeah.
But in Germany, you could always choose, like, you have so many alternatives, like plant-based options that taste so
Yes, yes.
similar to chickens that, like, it's such a small taste difference. Do you really think that justifies killing an innocent animal?
Well, even for vegan products, still innocent animals being killed because as fast as some kind of grass grows, like for making vegan products, they kill, for example, mouses. So
You mean in crop production,
yeah,
right?
even if I wanted, I probably couldn't like change it somehow. If I eat vegan products, then mouse being killed, and
But wait,
if
do-
I
what do
eat
you think?
chickens, then
What do you
chickens killed.
But the crop production
Yeah.
is a basis for animal farming anyway, right? So
Right.
all these chickens are actually fed things coming from crops. They're fed corn, they're fed soy.
Yeah.
So if any animals die in crop production, then those animals also die in the crop production for animal food. So
Yeah.
when you're eating an animal product, you're eating an animal that was intentionally killed for food, and a couple of animals who were killed to protect food, which is different, right? So the number of deaths is still bigger, but then again, there's a difference because, you know, a system like animal agriculture that depends on killing animals and exploiting them
Yeah.
can never get better, right? You can never get chicken meat without killing a chicken.
Yeah, right.
Whereas crops, you can't get them without killing innocent animals. You can improve that. There's vertical farming, there's organic farming. So you would still be like, you're better off for the future, you're better off with the numbers, so you're still better off by consuming plant-based.
Yeah. Well, what can I do? I don't eat vegan products, definitely, but I don't like accept that thing that they kill chicken in a very violent way.
But it sounds to me like you accept it because you buy it.
Well, I buy it because it's food.
So you accept it.
In a way that I want to eat it, yeah, but in a way that they violently kill chickens, so it can be in the shops. I think it's unacceptable and people should change it. But
So why not leave all of it behind? Because there's no nice way of killing somebody. Is there a nice way of killing somebody?
I mean, at least they can make it less violently.
Is there a non-violent way of taking somebody's life?
I mean, I've seen some videos how they kill pigs, cows, and chickens, and they're like still alive when they take their skin off. I mean, I would have not enjoyed if someone took my skin off while I'm still alive. So I would love just someone to cut my throat and.
That's what they do normally. They cut their throat. But like still, is that fair? Is that normal?
No, it's
Because again, you always have this option where you can choose not to participate in that, right?
Yeah.
So why not do that? Why not instead of paying this violence towards animals, why not pay on this other side so that we make the system better, so that crop agriculture improves? Can we really improve crop agriculture? Can we really improve the idea of not killing animals to protect our crops when we're killing animals for something we don't need?
No, actually, I really wait for 3D printed meat because people say that it's filled with same nutrients.
But you can get all the nutrients. I'm a certified nutritionist, by the way, so you can get all the nutrients that you need from plants and plant-based products. And I can give you a read, right? You have Google, you have ChatGPT, you have these resources, you'll have so many of them, but you just want to do it. Do you want to not kill innocent animals for food? And not killing, because killing, right, as you said, it could happen in crop production,
Yeah.
but literally not intentionally exploiting and slaughtering them, right? Like not sending them to slaughterhouses, not growing them only to kill them.
It's just about. I don't feel that it's. I think because it's a lot of people on the planet and they still eat, and even if I'll be the person who stops eating chicken, I mean they still will be killed. Because
Well, you could
there's
save up to
still-
100 animals per year. Even if it's just one, if you were in the shoes of that one animal, you would say, fuck yeah, thank you for stopping. You know?
Yeah. Well, but I don't eat meat that often, so I think I'm saving about 50 animals in a year.
So wait, no, you're killing about 50.
Yeah.
But like, if you could, like again, like I just fail to understand why. Why not? Like, cause your values say otherwise. So, can you really still maintain your values then of saying that you like animals or that?
Yeah, I like animals.
Can you like them and kill them for something you don't need?
No. That's hard. That's hard.
Sorry, there's a contradiction there. Do you see it?
Yeah, I do see this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a bit selfish, but I mean, I love my animals. I love chickens, I love cows, but when it goes about food,
You'll
I
fuck them up.
guess,
If it comes to food, you'll do whatever it takes to them. Doesn't really matter.
yeah, I guess it's like, yeah.
Do you have any barriers? What would you do to an animal to get food out of them?
I don't know. I don't know. Just go and bite in a shop.
Would you sexually exploit them?
No, no.
Do you think that cows are sexually exploited to get milk out of them?
No, no.
So how do you think cows produce milk?
Sorry?
How do you think cows produce milk?
Oh well, when they have a child, they have milk. And
So how do they have a child? Do you think they have a child when they want to, or do you think farmers decide when they have a child?
No, farmers decide when they have a
Is
child.
that not sexual exploitation?
Well, okay. Yes, it is.
It's literally like they put their hands in their anus, they hold their cervix, and inject blue semen in their vagina. I can show you if you want to see.
No,
it.
no, it's like
Yeah.
I think I've seen several videos like this on TikTok. Like they showed that Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not very beautiful view.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg. The reality is in these farms, chicken farms, for example, they're building now machines with AI that go on chicken farms and pick up the dead chickens, because on every chicken farm there's chickens who die before they reach their growth, their age when they kill them. So they die out of pain because they either grow too fast or they grow too fast on one side or stuff like that. Like, do you really want to pay them money to do this kind of shit? I mean, you could always choose otherwise. That's all I'm saying. You just seem like a
Yeah.
compassionate person. I don't want to insist too much on you because I feel like we're kind of going in circles now. But you just got to
Yeah,
ask
sure.
yourself, is it really what do you want to be part of? I know you're young. but-
I'm going to think about it definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by and having this conversation with me. What was your name again?
Oli.
Oli. Yeah. So Oli, I just heard you watch this. The most important speech you'll ever hear. You'll enjoy it. Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Okay. And if you
Okay.
want to go vegan, you have several resources there. Okay. Just
Okay.
don't wait too long. Okay. You gonna promise me you'll watch that video?
Yeah, I will.
You just gotta scan that QR code.
Okay.
Thank you, Oli. I'm Chip, and you also have that my social media and everything there. Okay.
Same.
Cheers. Yeah, that was a pretty good chat, right? That was a pretty good conversation with people, with him. Didn't want to push him too much. Him or her, I don't know, they push them too much. I don't want to be a dick about it. Didn't want to push Oli too much. Phew. Yeah, it was. I don't know. I just felt like they were so honest and open, but then when it came to this, they just closed up instantly and like, oh no, I have to give up that, and that's kind of what happens, doesn't it? You think of animals and you think so fondly of them because we literally have such a good image and view of animals, and we like to think that we respect them. Hell, I've noticed that regardless of political spectrum, regardless of ideologies around the world, regardless if you're a racist or not, even believe it or not, when it comes to animals, we all come to the same conclusion. We love them. We love their innocence. We love what they stand for. But, you know, that's the thing. We have this image of them. Animals, we smile when we see an animal. We feel happy because we remember we see their innocence in an essence, right? And we're like, oh my God, that's so cute. If somebody were to come with a knife towards that animal, hell, I think so many people would become instant monsters and fucking kill somebody if they were to kill a beautiful creature. But then we become so dissonant when it comes to food. And you know what? It's not your fault if you are that person. It's these fucking industries. They pay fuck ton of money and they fool you. They make a fool out of you. They make you not live up to your own values. They're the ones with the knife at the throat of an animal. You're just the one giving them the go ahead. That's all you are. But still, if you stopped giving them the go ahead, they respond. That's what these companies do. That's what these big ass corporations do. They need people like us to say no. They respond to this kind of stuff because for them it's a money, it's a business, it's money. If you buy plants or plant-based product, then that other side can increase. I don't care which company you support. I don't care if you support the company or not, no company at all. At the end of the day, what I'm here sitting is not against capitalism, socialism, or anything. I'm just here sitting and saying, hey, let's first stop the exploiting animals. The most defenseless of creatures, the ones that bring us so much joy when we see them, the ones that have so much innocence, the beautiful, I don't even know the marvelous creatures that we take for granted, really. Can we just stop exploiting them? Can we just do that? And yes, somebody said, go talk to the companies, let's go. Yeah, I wish I could. But we're at a place right now where if you guys are like, if you guys agree with me and say, hey, it's wrong to do this to them, but yeah, you should speak to companies, how the hell can I speak to companies when you are putting your money towards those companies, when you are giving money for them to exploit and slaughter animals? How exactly can I end this? How can we end this? Tell me, you're not vegan. How can we end animal exploitation? You think it's wrong? How can we end it? Can we really end it if you're going to continue supporting these companies? Of course not. You don't want to be vegan. You don't want to. That's okay, fine. Don't be vegan. But you know what? You don't have to assign a label to you. You don't have to do all the things. You don't have to be an animal rights activist or everything. But can you do at least the bare minimum and stop paying them to do this to animals? Can you do the bare minimum and choose the other side? That's all I'm saying. I don't care about anything else that you do, and I don't care how you do it. Just stop paying these companies to exploit and slaughter animals. Companies, farms, small farms, large farms, all of it, they all do the same thing. They all exploit and slaughter innocent animals for money, for products we don't actually need. So can you please, with a cherry on top, stop paying them to exploit animals. Stop giving them the go-ahead. Stop being responsible for it. Look at this. I pay local bio farmers. If I stop paying, who will? Why? Why do you pay farmers to exploit and slaughter animals for something that you don't need? Why? Why? Why must you be on this other side? Why must you be their oppressor? Why do you have to be the individuals that we have to rescue animals from? Why is it that we cannot just all be on the same side, acknowledge the beauty, the innocence, and the individuality that all of them share, that all of us share, really, and we just leave them alone? We mind our own business. We do our best because, sure, we might kill some animals in the production of roads, in the production of crops, in the production of houses. But that's not. We don't do that because we want to. We do that because, you know, we're building something. We tried our best for that not to happen, but it happened. It's not the same thing as animal agriculture. It's not at all. Chip is actually pissed. He's just in public and can't represent it. He ain't crying. I'm not pissed. I'm not even pissed or crying. I'm just disappointed, to be honest. I'm just very disappointed. It's disappointing, the fact that I noticed these things, you know. It's disappointing to me that from time to time, you know, I watch conservative channels. Sometimes to times I watch liberal channels, and the one thing I noticed is indeed our love for animals. The one thing I noticed is indeed the fact that all of us unite under this beauty and innocence that animals have, that they just remind us of our own innocence, and then we look away, we turn a blind eye, and we pay for billions, not for tens of billions of animals, trillions if we count the sea creatures, so that we get something that we forget about, because none of you remember what you had, I don't know, 20 days ago, a week ago. You will forget about it. And their life is not forgotten. They lost their whole experience. They were brought into existence so that they can be slaughtered for something that you will forget about. That's what these industries do to us. That's what these farms do to us. They tell us it's okay because that's why we do it. That's why we brought them to life to kill them. That's okay. Really? Is that really okay? Is that really do your values really say that it's okay to bring somebody to life to kill them? And don't tell me animals are not a somebody. We all know that behind the eyes of every animal you see, there is a somebody. Whether you see them as less or more, there is a somebody there. Hey Anna, vegan stoner lady, nice to see you here. You guys want to try a social experiment? Yes. Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you come a bit closer so that you Yeah,
Okay,
nice.
okay.
What are your names?
Henrik is my name.
Henry?
Hannah.
Henrik and Hannah. Okay. Where are you guys from?
Norway.
Norway, okay. How do you guys feel about animals?
Animals. I'm allergic to a lot of them. But,
You're allergic to a lot of them?
She loves them.
I love them. Yeah.
You love them, okay. Do you think animals deserve to be respected? Do you think they deserve some form of moral consideration?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So then, should we be exploiting animals?
I guess not. No.
No. So, can you be against their exploitation or saying that you respect them, while at the same time paying for them to be exploited?
That would be a bit hypocritical, I guess. For sure. I also I'm a hypocrite in a lot of areas, so I've probably paid for them to be exploited in some way, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like, let's say for food, because that's usually where most people participate in exploitation. I'm not judging because I used to be part of it too. But do you think that for food you are maybe paying for animals to be exploited for you?
I'm paying to eat them. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you can choose something else to eat?
Yeah, I think
for sure.
so, but I don't know if I.
So would it be fair for somebody to exploit and kill you when they can choose something else?
I mean, if they're like
Yeah, the point there.
smart enough to kill me, I guess.
So if they're smart enough, then it makes it okay?
Yeah, I guess so. I think they.
You're not being honest right now. Come on. Is she your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Would it be fair for somebody to exploit and kill her? If they're smart enough?
I think so. I think they've earned it. If
They
they.
earned
No, of course it's not a nice thing. I don't know. But I don't think of animals as like equals to humans. I would say that. I don't.
You don't have to see them as equals. You just have to respect them, right?
Yeah, I guess it's just what you're used to. You're used to eating. I've eaten animals all my life, so.
I relate
that's
to
what
that.
I've,
Yeah. Well, I
grown
was
up
there
with.
too.
Yeah.
But don't you think that then, knowing that you have this position that is contradictory to how you say about them, like I respect animals, but then I kill them for something I don't need? Isn't that contradictory?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if I respect them enough to not eat them. I'm going to be completely
So you don't
honest.
respect them at all then?
I guess if that's your view, then I don't.
I mean, do you think it's respectful to bring somebody to life for the sole purpose of of killing them?
I guess not. Maybe I don't respect them then. I think I wouldn't kill a dog if I saw it on the street, but I would eat chicken if I got it on my plate.
What's the morally significant difference between a cat,
my view.
between a dog and a chicken that justifies the difference in treatment?
It's social norms,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you were born during slavery times, it would have been socially accepted or socially normal for you to have a slave. Would you say that? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a person who wouldn't have had a slave because it's wrong to do so, or do you see yourself as a person who, well, it's social norm, so I'll do it?
I think it's a harsh question, for sure.
I mean, I just bring it back to you.
Okay. I would obviously like to think that I wouldn't have liked to own a human slave.
But then
I
again, when
wouldn't,
presented with an injustice that you do towards somebody else, you seem to think that because it's social norm, it's okay to participate in it.
Then again, I don't see animals and humans as.
They also
equals.
didn't see slaves and humans as the same. In fact, they called slaves animals.
Okay. I don't.
You
I
don't,
see
but you would have
slaves-
probably if you were born then.
I see slaves.
Because you're a victim of social conditioning, and you don't seem to be one person who wants to question your social conditioning. You just seem to think that if I've been socially conditioned to think so, I benefit from it, and therefore I should just continue doing it. So if you were socially conditioned to think that slaves were animals and it's okay to do this to them, you obviously wouldn't have questioned it, because right now I'm telling you that you're doing the same to an innocent animal, and you don't want to question it because you benefit from it.
I think my point stands. I think animals are not humans. Just
Are humans
purely
animals?
Biologically, a dog is not the same as a human.
What's the difference that
Chicken.
justifies cutting their throat for optional food?
Size of their brain.
So if we find a human being with the less size of their brain, we can kill them?
What is? I mean, yeah, I think it's a good. It's a good mission you're on, I guess. To, I mean, for
So
sure.
should we kill that human
Animals-
being with the size of the brain of of an animal?
No.
No.
No, because
So that's not the
biologically
difference
they're
then.
still human. They're like the same race as me.
The same race as you.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Same kind.
I'm a human.
So you
I
only
don't wanna
protect
kill
the ones
humans.
that the group that you belong to, huh?
Yeah, I think that's.
That's exactly
my-
in line with owning slaves and slavery.
No,
Because
they're-
they
they're-
literally justified it by saying they look different, they're a different species or whatever.
Okay, I wouldn't justify it like that. I think biologically.
I mean, you can try to say
slaves
that,
are
but
humans.
logically speaking, seeing from how you derive your logic right now against animals,
I
you
think
would they
you
do
have to
exactly
use
the
some
same in
common
the
sense
case.
as well, right? Like human
Is it
a
common
human.
sense to slaughter animals for something that you don't need for optional products? Is that common sense to you?
I think we have to go. I think your mission is good. What is your point? Like, are you trying to convert people to become vegetarians?
I'm trying to get people to stop explaining animals. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think it's a good mission.
But in what way are you trying to stop people to exploit animals?
Say that again.
In what way are you trying to stop people to exploit
By
animals?
getting to show you that your values say otherwise. Just like that's why I start with how do you feel about animals? Because most people go like, well, I like animals, sure. I respect animals, sure. But then the minute it comes to food, they turn around and say, well, fuck those animals. We don't really care about those animals. As if those animals are in any way different from any other animals or from ourselves. Because they're just like us or like any other animals in all the ways that matter. They feel, they think, they have a subjective experience of the world, and just because somebody told us when we were young that it's okay to kill them, exploit them, sexually exploit them, take their babies, put them in gas chambers, because we do that to all of them, put them in blenders alive, rip their skin alive, this is shit that we do to animals for food, for clothing, and because at some point somebody told us that it's okay to do so, we just go along with it without actually questioning it. Just like somebody told you that during slavery times, everybody was having the same thing told to them, that it's okay to do this to these individuals.
Yeah, I think it's a good mission. I think we have to go now, but it's a good mission. I think maybe we're approaching it a bit like aggressively, I guess, or like I feel like.
Bare putte det på spissen.
Yeah, you're like putting it at the very edge. I do respect.
I'm just
the
being
mission,
direct. I'm just
but
being direct with you. I'm like,
yeah, I'm just saying,
like all of
for
these
me-
industries will try to
for
tell
me,
you
if
that
I was to become vegetarian, like I would
vegan, because
vegan.
vegetarians still exploit animals, huh?
Okay, I don't know enough about that to comment on that, but I
Wait, they
think,
sexually
like,
exploit
maybe
cows.
approach it like a bit more friendly, I guess, would be my tip. And then also, I see your point. You have good arguments for sure.
So if I approached it friendlier, you would have considered to going
I think it
vegan.
would be easier for me to approach it.
So you're gonna punish animals because I didn't approach you nicely?
Okay, so now you're.
But
back at
I'm
it
just
again.
trying to get that. Like
Yeah,
this is what you're
yeah, for
saying.
sure. Like,
That because I wasn't nice
but
to you,
these
you're
are
gonna
social
continue
norms,
exploiting
right?
animals.
Like I don't want to listen to someone. I feel like it's approaching me like a bit aggressively or
It's
being a
hard
bit
to
rude.
listen to you when you're
Fair enough,
like,
but then there's-
accusing us of something
Yeah,
that
it's
is
very
wrong,
harsh,
and,
I think.
and
fair
you're
enough.
trying to arrest us.
Feels like
because
an
if you're-
accusation.
If you're trying to recommend something or tell us more about your vision about something,
Well, listen, I
it is
don't ha-
easier for us to understand what you're thinking and then
Fair enough. But let me-
apply that to our daily life.
Let me explain. So,
Yeah, I think
I
that's-
don't have
we have
anything.
to go now.
I know
What
I
is
don't
your
have
channel,
anything.
by the way?
I'll give you a
Before
card in a second. But let me
Okay.
just put it this way.
We
I don't-
really- we have to go
I
now.
don't have anything in
We're
particular
going to stand there
against you.
forever.
Okay, like
No,
I'm
I
just
know
trying
you
to
don't
defend
have anything,
animals, but
uh,
I have to tell you exactly as it is, because if you're gonna come with excuses that it's normal or it's social, I know all of this. But does that really make it
But
right?
Your approach
Yeah.
still.
It's okay. You may not like me, and that's okay. And I
No.
hope you don't take
We
it on
don't
the
dislike
animals.
you,
And
and you
I don't
dislike
mind.
We
I
don't
don't
take it
mind. I don't
personal
mind.
that you're
Right?
talking to
Yeah.
us this way,
Yeah, for
but
sure. It's just.
But
it's
don't punish
hard.
animals
Easier to
because that's
listen.
what you're saying, right? You're
No,
saying that
we're
if I
not
would
saying-
approach you differently, you would
Now
have gone
you're-
vegan.
you're back
That's
at
what you
it.
said. Is that not what you said?
no.
No, we're talking about your approach.
So okay, so if I approached it differently, would you have gone vegan?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe. So then what you're saying is that there's a possibility that because I approached it differently, you will consider continuously exploiting and slaughtering
No,
innocent
that's not what
animals.
we're talking
But that's exactly what you're
No,
saying.
you're
Your
turning
approach.
our words
Your
into
approach.
something
Yes, I'm
else.
using the negative
No,
of
no,
your
no.
sentence.
No,
It's
no,
called
no.
logic.
No, it's
I'm
not
using
called
logic. Yeah.
That is not called logic.
It is literally
Social
called
norms,
logic.
man. Just consider it, really, because then it would be easier for us to consider
Yeah.
it as well. Okay.
So you're not
But
going to
we
consider
don't
it because
dislike it.
because I behaved. You didn't like my
No,
conversation,
you're
right?
turning our words into
But that's
something
what you
else.
said.
No, you're turning
Do
our
you
words
think we
into
want,
something else that we're not
dicks
saying. So
when-
you're changing the meaning of our words into something else.
Let me ask
that
you.
is
Let me ask
very
you.
negative.
I think you're just
Did he
putting-
or did,
Thank
did,
you.
did he say
Bye-bye.
that
Ill
you
impulse
might go
into our
vegan?
words.
Did you say you might go vegan if I approach it differently? Did you say that? Of course I'm not gonna let them go. What the fuck is this bullshit? Such ridiculousness too. Such ridiculousness, huh? If you told it differently to me, I would have gone vegan. Nah, come on. These type of people, they're the worst. They are the worst. They are the worst type of people. The ones who become victims all of the sudden. Ew, how dare you point out what you do to me? They're the worst. I'm sorry, but that's just worst. You can't drink water. It belongs to fish, not humans. So ridiculous. And then they get upset when I literally, they're saying one thing, I take the logical conclusion of what it is that they're saying, and then they get upset and saying that I twist their words. I am using what you said as a consequence. Maybe you didn't acknowledge that what you said was had the consequence of what I just said. So then maybe you need to rephrase and think again of what you're saying. But you're still, like the moment that they said if I approach them differently, they may have gotten vegan, that literally implies that they're choosing to continue exploiting animals because they didn't like how I approached them. It's so ridiculous, huh? It's so ridiculous. Imagine that. Marcos, Chip, you really do a very difficult work. Thank you so much. I know how it feels. Marcos, don't even worry, man. Thank you so much for everything, for supporting me and everything. It's a little bit difficult sometimes with people. It is. To be honest, the most difficult part is because it's cold today and because, you don't move a lot. That's why I try to move a little bit. But, yeah. Oh, look at that. We got a plant feel pain in the comment section. What? Chip, this is exactly what I mentioned in the previous video, bro. Try to read the crowd and don't come as aggressive. I wasn't aggressive, by the way. Just because I'm direct, I'm not aggressive. You can look it up. Look back up. I was as calm as you can be. Just not gonna take their bullshit. Oh, should I stroke their ego? Is that what I'm here to do? I'm here to stroke somebody's ego. The minute they got offended was when I brought up slavery and the fact that I told them, well, you probably would have been that person. And that's being direct. That's a logical conclusion. What they used as an argument for exploiting and slaughtering innocent animals was the same argument that people were using to enslave humans. It's exactly the same. So yeah, I'm just putting it out to them. Linda says getting frustrated is fine. But Linda, I'm not even frustrated. It's fine. Like, I have no problem acknowledging when I am frustrated, but I wasn't even frustrated this time. I was actually pretty calm and logical about it. Chip, do you do this to get people like you? What do you mean by that? I'm not gonna get people like me. I'm sure there's very few people like me. Because I also change. I wasn't like this always. I wasn't always direct. I like to be direct today. Oh, to like me, says Mobius. I used to be a people pleaser. Yes, I used to be nice to people to try to get them to like me or stuff. But now I'm like, you know what? I'll just be direct because I feel like that's so much better. A life where people are just direct with each other is so much better. That doesn't mean being a dick, of course. It doesn't mean being, I don't know, offensive in any way. But I wasn't being offensive. I just don't beat around the bush. I'm just gonna tell it how it is. And how is that bad? I think we need more of that in a world where we keep on beating around the bush and saying, oh, it's this or that. We live in a world where truth is becoming increasingly more difficult to bring out. So I would assume that anybody who's watching, but I personally do, I value simplicity and directness because I really don't want to be around the bush or, I want the people to tell me how it is and I want to tell them how it is. But of course, I know a lot of people in the chat. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. You want to try the social experiment?
Yes.
Are you okay being live for my YouTube channel?
Yes. Hello.
What's your name?
Maria.
Maria. Can you come a little bit closer, Maria, so that you're in view? Nice.
Yes.
Love it. Where are you from, Maria?
Mexico.
Mexico.
And you?
Okay, I'm from Romania originally. My name is Chip, but I live
Hi,
here
Chip.
in Netherlands. So, Maria, how do you feel about animals?
About animals, I love animals. I
You
think
love
they're
animals?
so great, yeah.
Okay. What animals do you love?
My favorite animal are killer whales. They are smart and they have matriarchies and they teach their daughters and granddaughters how to do super cool things.
Oh,
Whales have
interesting.
culture too, yes.
I didn't know that they were matriarchal. That's pretty
Yes,
interesting.
yes.
That's pretty interesting. Okay, so then, do you think exploiting animals is okay?
No.
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 Okay. What if we benefit from exploiting animals? Would that be okay?
I think it's the system in our society.
Yeah.
It's constantly exploiting animals to eat, to make cosmetics, to make clothes, but it doesn't make it okay.
It doesn't make it okay.
No.
So knowing that we have alternatives for all of this, then choosing to participate in this would be wrong, right?
Yes.
So then, are you vegan?
No.
No.
No, and I know it's wrong, and I have seen like my dad owns a farm, so I know like what it takes in order to have some food on the meat on
Yeah.
the table. It's dead animals, yes.
Yeah. So it's not very nice to
No,
them, right?
it is not.
So then, do you think you can maintain your position of saying you love animals or you respect animals while at the same time paying for some of them to be exploited and killed?
It is quite hypocritical, yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
hypocritical, isn't
is,
it?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So what do you want to do going forward? I don't care what happened in the past. I was part of it too.
My sister is sure enjoying that because she's vegetarian and she's keep like always pushing us to do it, and I think like having more ethical consume if you are going to keep eating, but for sure.
Is there an ethical way to farm an animal?
I think if you have like your own cow and eventually it dies and you eat it afterwards, like
But let me put it this way, because you said cow, right? I'm assuming you assume they would have milk. Why do cows produce milk?
for their babies.
Exactly. So
Yes.
they have to be pregnant. Do you think they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers
No,
decide?
it's totally up to the farmers.
Yeah, so they forcefully inseminate them, right?
Yes.
The standard procedure is somebody puts their hands in their anus, they hold their cervix and inject bull semen in their
Yes.
vagina. That's how they do it. My sister is a veterinarian and she has done it.
Mine too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a standard procedure. And when the babies are born, what happens to them?
They take it away.
Oh, there you go. You know all
Yeah.
this. And if they're
I
male,
grew up-
they
I grew
kill
up
them.
right-
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you've seen this. So isn't this messed up to do to them?
It is messed up. I do believe that there is a super micro way to do it if it's only one and you have it and it's like living in.
But
like
you would have to
you're-
go through, you have to jump through so many hoops to make it ethical.
Yes.
Isn't it? Wouldn't it just be easier to go vegan
like,
and leave a little bit
yes,
behind?
Totally. It is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't eat other living beings. It is.
So why not go vegan?
You, you got me there. There is
Yeah.
no reason.
There's no reason.
Yes.
So I'll ask you, how many more animals should be exploited on your behalf before you go vegan?
You got me there. I hope I will reduce my consume honestly because of protein and stuff that it's not an argument enough. I'm 100%.
Because you can get all that from plants.
Exactly,
also.
and powder, and
Yeah.
we make very good supplements
There you go.
nowadays. Yeah,
There
I
you
know
go.
it. I know it. But yes, you got me. I don't have.
Maria, you're honest. I love it. But Maria, you gotta stop this exploitation at all. Not just reduce. Stop it. Like imagine this: if I say I respect women, but then I beat a woman once per week, do I really respect
No.
women? And then
No,
I say,
you
well,
can't.
I'll reduce it. I'll only beat a woman once per month. Am I
You're right.
not in the same position?
It is the same position. You're right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right, and you got me here. Good,
Yeah.
good things that you are making with talking with people about that.
Are you gonna go vegan?
I don't think so. I don't want to lie to you.
I appreciate that you don't want to lie to me, but what's holding you back? I'll just ask you this. I won't push you. I just want to know what's holding you back.
I think it's just like my routine. But yes, if my routine is bad, I should definitely try to change that. You're right. I will think about it more consciously. More.
Let me give you a card.
Okay.
So one thing here, if you scan this QR code,
Uh-huh.
There's a thing there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day, and
Okay.
help you go vegan for free. They help you curb that habit, change your routine.
Okay.
And it's
Thank you
free.
very much. Thank you very much, Chip.
Okay?
Yeah.
Maria,
You're very kind.
I hope you go vegan, Maria, because I don't get a lot of compassionate, honest people like yourself, and we need the world to change for them.
You're right. You're right. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Make
See
changes.
you.
I appreciate you. Cheers. Oh, Chip doesn't eat meat, poor girlfriend. Well, joke's on you. I don't have a girlfriend. It's so funny. Yeah, I think everybody. We're at the natural stopping point, at least for me, from my perspective. If I'm gonna leave the sign, if somebody comes during this and wants to have a conversation, we'll do that. But otherwise, I'm cold. I gotta go to the bathroom, and we're gonna do this again tomorrow, probably. So, yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I hope you enjoyed what we've seen today. There were a lot of good conversations. I see, there's a lot of people who it's difficult for them to commit, and I get it. Like you can't really commit, especially given that you're in this space. A stranger is holding a microphone to your face, asking you live questions. Of course, it's difficult to commit because you may have different concerns, So I do strongly believe that when these people they get informed, they will make better choices. But either way, like that's all we can do at the end of the day, right? All we can do is try to do our best and try to stop people from exploiting more animals. Like inform them and show them that they have choices and help them get there. I saw somebody says that they like plant more than they like animals. That's perfect. Then you should go vegan because you would be killing way less plants. Animals in animal agriculture are also fed plants, and in fact they're fed way more plants. So if you like plants more, it's still the moral position to go vegan. Do you have a partner? No, I do not. Are you open to meeting up at the Pacha sometimes this weekend? Not this weekend, but at some point, yes. This weekend is already planned for me, and the next week I'm going to UK, and I'll be there for 10 days, and then I have a friend over, so it's a little bit, but yeah, somewhere mid to end April, I'm sure, yeah. That would be cool, yes. Otherwise, until then, it's kind of insanely busy for me. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We're in the UK, close to Manchester, but I won't have time to do anything there because I'm going for work, and it will be a 10-day thing where, yeah, we're just gonna be working. One of the days we are going to be doing activism together, everybody, so that will be cool. Maybe I can do it live then, I'll see, because it's a We the Free event. But if not, yeah, we'll see. It's going to be complicated because those 10 days I might not be able to be online at all. But either way, Somebody said you look sick. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I also think I look sick, right? I mean, this jacket is awesome, so thank you for saying that. And don't forget to smash that like. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I know that person actually said that I look sick in a bad way. Oh, you need some protein, boss. Go grab a nice steak. As if steak is a good source of protein. That's so funny to me, huh? Like, imagine the ridiculousness of claiming that steak is a good source of protein. It is not. It's not. No. There's far better sources of protein. Don't forget to smash that like, everybody. Hit that subscribe if you're enjoying these conversations. Thank you, everybody who donated. I don't know. You're making it a little bit easier for me to make choices like this if you donate. Not because I do it for the money. I don't do it for the money. I would do this regardless. Just, you know, yeah. It's a bit of a complicated time, right? The stock market is down. I used to sell some of stock that I have to live, and it's a little bit complicated these days because of fucking Trump. God, I fucking hate that guy. He's made everybody's life worse. Everybody. I despise him. But anyway, that's something else. Yeah. That's something you should go do stand up. Sure. Anyway. Yeah, seems like nobody stopped, so I will be saying goodbye. Thank you so much, everybody. Have an awesome day. Thank you for who donated. Thank you for the moderators for having conversations. Thank you for the vegans for having conversations in the chat. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, don't worry. See you tomorrow. We're gonna have some more conversations, and keep at it. Consider animals, please. Think about animals today. And if you're not vegan, watch the 3-minute video in the description. You might understand where we're going with this, okay? Bye, everybody. Just watch it. It takes 3 minutes. Watch it, come back, okay? What's your max bench? That's a good question. My max bench. My max bench is, what was it? 125 kg, something like that. But I'm 81, 82 kilograms, so I think that's pretty good for my weight, right? It's 1.5 my weight, so it's pretty good. But I think it's getting way better because today, by the way, so I've been doing this program where I've been doing the 531, actually following how it is. And today was the first day that I did 8 reps of 100 kg. And I still reached an RPE 9, so I could have done a little bit more. My max is 12 reps on 120 kg, says, oh, Master Manx. Holy crap, man, that's amazing. That's amazing. What? 12 reps on 120 kg. Holy crap, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm definitely seeing progress in the gym. But you know, I started late in life. It's never gonna be as easy as it would have been if I started earlier. So yeah. It is what it is. My nutrition, though, is always helpful. I feel like I'm one of those people who is highly energetic in the gym because of my nutrition. So, you guys, if you want to have more endurance and be a little bit more energetic, a plant-based diet might actually help you out. So, I'm just saying, consider it. You can get all the proteins that you want. You can have a low-calorie diet because you will have less fat. So, yeah. How old were you when you started working out? Asks Yonzuk. So, I always kind of worked out a little. So I worked out a little bit when I was 16, I remember. I remember for my 18th birthday, I did chest for like 2 weeks straight or 3 weeks straight, just like continuously every day chest for my 18-year-old birthday so that I looked bigger and tougher. But then I stopped at some point. And like at around the age of 25, 26, I started running and going to the gym like every once in a while. But I was just like going through emotions, I wasn't really pushing too much. And then, I don't know, I think for 5 or 6 years, I've just been going through emotions at the gym, not really pushing, not really trying too much. Just like a lot of people go that way. They don't really push hard enough. But at the age of 34, 33, something like that, I started pushing hard. I started looking into programs. I started looking into a scientific approach of going to the gym, and it has worked. Since then, I started building muscle. I was already vegetarian by then, but I was consuming plant-based protein powder because I just don't like whey protein powder. I just never liked it. So for me, I was mostly getting most of my protein anyway from plants. And when I went vegan, it felt so easy to me that I'm like, why is it? Why does everybody keep having problems with it? It's ridiculous. But yeah, veganism is about the animals, not about the diet, not about anything else. So yeah, if you think it's wrong to exploit animals, you'll find a way to make it work. That's the reality. You will find a way to make it work, because you know what? There's so many alternatives. There's so many sources of information that it's just an excuse if you think you cannot or you do not want to. Yeah. If you guys want to debate me, you want to have conversations with me live on my channel or stuff like that, contact me on Instagram. We can set it up and do that. No problem whatsoever. I'm open for conversations and debates. Other than that, watch the 3-minute video. As I said, if you're not vegan, watch that video. It takes 3 minutes out of your life. 3 minutes. It literally takes 3 minutes, and you'll become better at debating vegans. If you watch the 3-minute video, you'll become better at debating vegans. You'll understand where we're at. Don't you want that? After all, a lot of you come here just to show us off or something, you know? So do that. I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much, everybody. And, leave them alone. Be nice to animals. Be nice to everybody, okay? We all deserve moral consideration, okay? Be vegan, everybody. I really appreciate you, all of you. Did I give the shout out? I did not give the shout out, and we had a new shout out today, and it was for Jonas Jonason. So I appreciate you, Jonas Jonason, for being the first to comment. See you later, everybody. Okay. It wasn't Draculum. No, it was not Draculum. Okay, we're gonna go now. Jonas. Jonas was here. There you go. Jonas. Yay. Jonas was here. Yeah. Jonas is here. Jonas was the one who was first. I was just gonna end it. So yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. We're having a good time. We're enjoying our time ourselves. I'm gonna go back to work so that tomorrow we can have maybe a little bit more time or something. I don't know. It's always difficult, but.